taking it, so up 1-0. So Alliance, they have to have that, what I like to call the short-term memory syndrome of forget about it. It happened. It's done. This is a completely new game. Let's look to take this one out for us, the third game. But we'll see what happens. I'm Breaking CBK, joined by Tsunami, of course. And we got the draft underway. Darkseer first pick for Alliance. Juggernaut, Monkey King in response here.
Yeah, in previous series, I was giving Alliance for a lot of praise for being able to, march to the beat of their own drum and pick heroes that weren't really being picked by other heroes. I mean, by other teams that are going for like Skywraths and Ogre Magi's and stuff like that, and heroes that are just kind of fallen out of the meta. But this is not looking like a very, Alliance-style draft. It's looking like a meta draft, and I imagine it's because they're not willing to experiment in this not elimination phase, but still, you would rather be in the winner's bracket for, the grand finals moving forward in this Summit 7 qualifier.
Our Spirit in response for Alliance to go with that Darkseer. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting start here. I mean, Darkseer hasn't necessarily been heavy priority, I feel like, in a lot of these games I've been casting. Yet in this series, again, being first picked by Na'Vi last game, I want to say, and then Alliance taking it for themselves first pick this time around. So I don't know if it's just a matchup specific thing or if this is them kind of just leaning on Darkseer.
I think it's just been something that's coming into vogue recently. Same thing with kind of like Clockwork every once in a while. It's just that you never really see Darkseer banned by any teams because no team is just like, oh god, this guy's going to pick Darkseer. It's going to completely screw up all of our strategies. So you let him through, and then oftentimes he will be picked in like the second phase once you've decided like, okay, well, now we know what kind of supports the enemy team are picking to make sure that they don't pick stuff like Coddle. But Na'Vi are somewhat punishing this early Darkseer pick, which isn't, it's not that big of a deal for a Darkseer. It may just mean that Alliance will consider jungling him earlier, because having to deal with mana leak is a big issue for a Darkseer, especially if it's a mana leak combined with a Juggernaut who wants you to stand still. So, yeah, Na'Vi are responding appropriately to such an early Darkseer pick with this Coddle, and it's the hero that isn't seen too often. And it's one that is pretty safe in this draft, as typically the most common counterpick to a Coddle is something like a Night Stalker. But there's no real easy way to fit a Night Stalker into Alliance's draft. So, yeah, they're going to get away with this Coddle pick. And, Darkseer will eventually build Greaves and stuff like that, but his laning phase is going to suffer.
Yeah, nice counter definitely coming out from Na'Vi right there. And, whenever we do see a Coddle, I feel like the idea of him seeing in an aggressive lane is potentially there, but as you're suggesting, perhaps good against the Darkseer, and if anything, wants to use him to babysit the Juggernaut in this case. You expect to be in the safe lane. They are going to be going up against a Dazzle now. That's picked up from Alliance, one of their more go-to heroes. A go-to hero that Alliance really was known for a long time there was Ogre Magi. They've been running a lot of Ogre recently, but I feel like that's kind of died off a little bit. The Magnus being banned, the Ogre are not maybe as strong anymore, so this whole buff strategy not as relevant here.
Yeah, and I mean, this game it won't really find a place yet again. Alliance have kind of picked their offlaner and roamer right off the bat, and same thing with support, and they're holding on to their carry pick, but they're going to have to pick a carry that can deal with blinding light. And Lifestealer is still in the pool, so I really like this Batrider pick from Na'Vi because it kind of discourages you going for something like a Lifestealer. And Juggernaut's the other hero that kind of has a pretty easy time with blinding light, as you can just hit the Blade Fury and take it off. So whoever Alliance go for either is going to be something like a split pusher that will not really be, paying attention to team fights and blinding light. But the problem is that, Coddle doesn't mind split push. He will take your split push with a smile on his face. So it's definitely a strong draft from Na'Vi that Alliance may be suffering having to keep their core picks this late into the draft.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what they end up with here. Again, who's Loda going to play and who's Limp's going to play is really what it comes down to, you figure. TA still comes to mind.
Yeah, TA is still in the pool for mid, and I mean, I know Loda really loves a good Troll Warlord game, but
oh yeah,
I don't really know if it'll be the best this game, as Wukong's command. Seneko proved last game that he definitely prioritizes that early basher, which a lot of Monkey Kings have kind of fallen out of favor with it, which I don't really understand. Like, yes, Solar Crest is a wonderful item, but Wukong's command basher is just, it's so big of a power spike for the Monkey King.
Game-changing.
It's so difficult. It's definitely game-changing. But for some reason, a lot of Monkey Kings haven't been favoring it too much, and they actually go for a Phantom Lancer, which is a hero that can kind of split push, and it's a hero that can deal with Blinding Light because Doppelganger will be able to purge that off. And it's a hero that deals somewhat well with Juggernaut. It's kind of a give and take because Juggernaut's Omni Slash will get mitigated very heavily by all the illusions of PL. But at the same time, Juggernaut usually doesn't like having to build Battle Fury and stuff like that that can kind of burn through illusions. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see an early Maelstrom even on this Juggernaut. A lot of times they've been going for like Yasha, Manta style, and casual. Picking up a Diffusal after that. But I think a Maelstrom would really have a good place this game.
Yeah, just to suggest with that Phantom Lancer, maybe the positives that he brings. I guess when it comes to just creating all those illusions, the idea that it could be taken out pretty quickly with the Bat Rider, with the Coddle, Illuminate, Spam, Boundless Strikes from a distance, a Monkey King. So it's kind of a give and take. It goes back to that idea here with the Phantom Lancer. So I don't know if I'm really sold on this PL necessarily, but I know, it's a hero that Lota has tendency to play throughout history, although I think if you survey a lot of competitive players right now, a lot of drafters even across the board, Phantom Lancer would be on bottom of tier lists for a lot of those drafters as far as carries go. I feel like I'm a XPL spammer, but I hate it when this hero is picked in competitive because it just never really seems like you will watch this Phantom Lancer go into fights and just not deal damage because it's mainly a product of Diffusal Blade just getting massively nerfed and illusions in general getting massively nerfed. So you have such a small window in which PL really becomes effective. And the comparison I give is what does a PL do better than a Juggernaut? And the list is very short because he comes online later. He doesn't push as well because his illusions are much worse than what a Healing Ward provides in terms of, just sustaining an entire push. And, whenever you pick up items, Juggernaut seems to do better with each item. Like Manta Style almost feels more effective on Juggernaut because of the crit. The Diffusal Blade almost feels more effective on Juggernaut because of the synergy with Blade Fury. So, I'm not a fan of whenever the hero comes out, but a lot of teams have been able to show that they can win with it, and Alliance are feeling confident with it in this game. That they are, and they're going to have to win with it right here to at least force that third game. Again, this is the winner bracket final, so worst case, get bounced down to the losers bracket. And actually, we didn't even really mention that yet, but there is the other series currently going on as well. They had to do a bit of rescheduling. Empire and mousesports also playing at the same time, so I'll try to get you some updates there. But yeah, PA, wait, what? PA final pick for Alliance.
Yeah, so
okay.
I was considering it to be a core option for Alliance before the Keeper of the Light came out because Alliance has had a tendency to run PA. But I don't know, PA really gets screwed by Coddle. Keeper Coddle because Blinding Light is a massive issue, and Phantom Assassin doesn't really have very much mana, which granted mana leak goes based off of percentage, not just like a flat mana leak, but PA needs to move around a lot, and she needs to be able to use Dagger and Phantom Strike. Even though they're pretty cheap spells in terms of their cost, it's still critical to allowing PA to do what she wants. And even the presence of like a Juggernaut, like he will very easily build an MKB, or hell, he could even go for a Silver Edge if he wanted to, which I don't think is the plan this game. But yeah, Juggernaut deals with PA very easily, especially with the speed that he farms at. And so I'm surprised that they go for this, especially because neither of these are super strong mid laners. Like back in the day, Phantom Lancer was considered to be like a counter to like Invoker and some other mid laners, but he's fallen off, and PA has also fallen off. PA used to also be a very prominent mid laner, and it's still seen every once in a while, often with something like an Ogre Magi. And in this game, Earth Spirit is probably going to have to spend a fair amount of time in the mid lane helping Lota. Oh, okay. No, so they're actually sending Limp mid lane.
So Limp's on the PL and Phantom Assassin from Lota, yeah. Interesting. And then the Tinker final pick, man, they got the lasers now. They got the Blinding Light of Coddle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of evasion here.
And an Aghanim Scepter is going to be so value on Dendy's Tinker this game. So I'm definitely preferring Navi's draft because Alliance, it's like they have a strategy in mind. Like I can see what they're going for, but it's a risky strategy at best.
Yeah. Well, this is again, it's not an elimination game, but this is to knock them down to the losers bracket right here, unless they win and force a third game. So We'll see. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it, but it's definitely setting up to be a tough one, a very tough one. Yeah, the final pick, Tinker, it seems like such a valuable pick. You know, again, I was looking at some options that were left open at that point. I think Shadow Fiend was still available. I think TA, as we were talking about, even. So a little more of the popular ones, but they go the Tinker route, and it makes a lot of sense. Again, the Ags alone is going to do so much value here, as you pointed out.
And how just like even beyond the blind, which is, you know, the main thing to focus on considering all these right clickers, but the burst damage itself, like PA is a hero that emphasizes physical survivability with the evasion. She has pretty high armor and pretty high agi gain, but she doesn't deal well with magic damage. And there is a lot of magic damage on Na'Vi. You're going to have March, and PA is going to, like, you can't not fight into March, at least not until you get your BKB. And you're going to have Illuminates coming in, you're going to have to fight into Firefly, and so even like the turn rate is going to be an issue. So PA is going to be needed, she's going to need a lot of protection this game to be able to deal damage.
Yeah. Here we go, Na'Vi. Landing phase setting up right here. General on the Batrider course. He's got those boots early on at the top lane. You have, oh, look at that, it's Seneko as a courier. What else is new? On the Monkey King there.
30 seconds to
sitting on the bounty room himself, Dendy. It's going to be picking it up more than likely. Looks like they are going to have the Coddle at the bottom lane, though. You know, you talked about the possibility. I brought that up even about the aggressive Coddle, aggressive dual lane. But no, going to protect the Juggernaut with them instead and pressure the Darkseer, as you were pointing out there, too. So, Phantom Lancer, he's going to get the early Poor Man Shield, a couple of tangos shared to him to end up in this middle lane, which, yeah, I'd figure this is potentially going to be a difficult time for Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, unless if Earth Spirit spends a lot of time in the mid lane, because Tinker's not a hero that can really deal with two people. He can deal with one person very easily, but if Earth Spirit's just in the vicinity already, the Tinker will be nervous because, you know, Earth Spirit, actually, yeah, so Orb of Venom is on Handscan, and then Spirit Lance slows also quite a bit, and so that's a lot of damage that a Tinker will have to deal with. But right now, Earth Spirit is more interested in making sure that General gets shut down, which General has boots straight out of the base, so he's pretty safe, assuming he doesn't skill anything up, which now that he sees the Earth Spirit, goes straight into the Napalm, and Monkey King is here with Jingu.
Yeah, he's got that Jingu, so somebody is potentially going to be dying right here. It seems like General's the one that's pretty low, but the charge is added up for Monkey King. See how hard he's hitting EGM. It's going to be 4 shots, it feels like, at this rate. General's still flying away, though. Did go that sticky Napalm, as we saw, though. And so as far as escaping goes, it's not nearly as easy. EGM will finish the job, and that's a first blood in favor of Alliance there, so...
Yeah, I said that he's going to wait on his skill point, and because I was like, oh, okay, well, if he sees Earth Spirit, he'll go for Firefly to be able to stay safe. But no, he actually goes for Napalm, and that was, they thought that they could go aggressive, which, you know, Monkey King is great if you take Jingu at 1 and being able to kill targets, but you're up against a Dazzle. That is a lot of heal, and you're, like, basically 2 melee heroes. Yes, Batrider is ranged, but you have to get into creeps, and you're going to get heal bombed. And now, you're going in again on Loda, but...
It's a little bit too far back. I'm just watching this Tinker, man. He's got the March early on. He's just spamming it into the tower here against Limp. You can tell he's having trouble dealing with that.
To say the least, yeah. And it's not going to get easier with levels because oftentimes, like, in some matchups, you're like, okay, well, the first 4 levels are in the favor of this hero, but then after that, it's in the favor of the other hero. No, Tinker has the advantage pretty much consistently in this lane against a Phantom Lancer, so... It's a good idea to go for March, as rockets will be easily to be disjointed by Doppelganger, and he's almost definitely going to be leveling up Doppelganger to be able to deal with the blind of Laser, so good idea to go for March early on. And yeah, Darkseer knew that he would have a tough lane, so went straight for the Iron Talon and has just been jungling. And Coddle's okay with that. Even though you haven't been able to like get lane dominance over a Darkseer, Coddle does a lot if you give him farm, and he's just been content to farm the jungle in the meantime.
Yeah, he can do that fine himself, so it's kind of a give and take right there for sure. And you know, this kind of goes back also to, now they've got the first blood with it, so in hindsight it seems like it's decent for Alliance, but they're sending the Earth Spirit to the top lane, and he's staying up to now. Limp's playing very aggressive into Dendy here, even using the Doppelganger forward to remove that laser, but in the end he will have to fall back as obviously the March comes out. But the point of getting out top lane, by the way, Seneko, he's going low, he's trying to get the kill on EGM first, he will fall though. Monkey King dead, gets the kill on to Dazzle, however, does Batrider. As those sticky napalms were adding up, and now they would like to kill Loda as Biver joins the party, but he's just low on mana for an Illuminate.
He has Firefly. He's waiting on it for some reason.
Oh! That seemed very odd choice by General. Yeah, not only waiting for it, but not really reacting to Dazzle porting in, and now he's going to fall as well as the Coddle. And El Sineko's like,
oh!
EG, freaking
Respect
heals.
the Dazzle. Nice. Yes, this is why they added team chat. Thank you, Loda.
Oh my
Thank you.
god. Like,
I love it.
that was great from Alliance, sure, but that just felt like Na'Vi throwing themselves at them.
Respect the Dazzle. Respect the Blightstone that Phantom Assassin has. You can't make those moves against like these kinds of heroes. It's tri-lane to begin with, and you don't really have the best aggressive heroes. But they just go in one by one. General opted to not go in on the PA. I think he was expecting PA to blink. So PA kind of went into the side shop area, and then he was like, well, if I walk to her, then she's just going to blink back to the Earth Spirit. But then just put up Firefly. There were like 6 stacks of napalm on that PA, but yeah, they get punished heavily, and EGM is a happy, happy man right now, because time and time again on this Dazzle, I see him having the skill up Grave extremely early on, but nah. This game, we're about damage. We're not about defense.
Yeah, and he's 4-1-1 because of that, so he's off to a fantastic start, and well, he's got a Medallion of Courage already queued up, ready to be picking up here shortly, so going to be doing some nice amp damage, also some protection if need be. We'll say this, as exciting as it is for Alliance to be about, the cores of Na'Vi are doing great. Now Sineko, yeah, he's going to run right into them. He was trying to maybe sneak in for a Bounty Rune steal, but instead he's found by Limp as well as Hanskin. And that ends up being an easy kill. Top lane, Viper's going to be picked up again. Loda and EGM come together to catch him off in the woods. And I don't know if he was just sitting up there Illuminate spamming or what, but they find him and they get the kill as a result. Earth Spirit finds Dendy in the jungle, but I don't think he's going to do anything.
But he has to deal
with
General. He's going to roll out.
He'll get away. But
I'm surprised that Keeper has been spending time up here. Like I was saying, he can farm up the jungle just fine, and it's pretty much like a uninhibited jungle. I mean, Hanskin's in it right now, but there's not very much that an Earth Spirit can do. And instead, Viper's been spending time in the top lane, and this is a top lane that's been winning. It's not like the tri-lane has been kind of beaten down and you can kind of spam out Illuminates and they'll be like, oh god, Coddle, I don't want to fight you. No, they are comfortably dominating the lane, and Keeper of the Light learns his lesson, but now his jungle has kind of been occupied. It's on the bot lane. Pycat wants to find a kill, but Surge is up, and you can't really go on any of these people, at least not until Coddle with Mana Leak pops in, which actually is not skilled yet.
Yeah. You got Batrider kind of nearby, but again, he's only level 4. No lasso by any means, but
nice
they are going to stop Hanskin with the Boundless Strike, and that was an Omni Slash committed to guarantee the kill. So, but it's a nice find there for Pycat, and he'll enhance his farm as a result of it. So it goes back to the point, though, made just before, as again, as pretty as this has been for Alliance with 7-2 hero kill lead, the cores of Na'Vi are doing great. Both Dendy and Pycat seem to be getting their farm, and that's what really matters in the end here. For them, of course. Yeah. So Tinker, and again, he's one that takes a little bit to quote-unquote come online, but he gets the Soul Ring, the bots, I think is kind of the earlier build.
Right, and he's definitely on pace to make life very unpleasant for this PA and Phantom Lancer, because, I mean, once Dendy gets a Blink Dagger, it's kind of difficult for Alliance to be able to do anything to stop him. Earth Spirit basically needs to be around, or you need to get a really lucky vacuum or something. Otherwise, Dendy's just going to spam out March, and like Phantom Assassin can't farm inside of a March, PL can't farm inside of a March. You just have to leave and go somewhere else.
Dendy back in the middle lane, does have that Soul Ring with the bottle, of course, and continue to push out with that March of Madness as level 3 of it. The level 2 laser picked up.
Machines. March of Madness would be pretty sick, though.
March of Madness. Yeah, no, you're
it's
definitely
right.
It's
like a Mask of Madness that gives you, like a March that gives you lifesteal. Yo, I'd be on board with that.
Top lane Biver. Again, he's up here still and spamming out with the Illuminate, but this time he's somewhat hugging his tower, so he's not going too far out. Just kind of leeching experience by himself up at the top lane. Instead, Batrider's found himself, I guess, jungling quite a bit. The Shankwell boots picked up. And he's going to also find Hanskin, perhaps.
I guess that's another reason why Biver hasn't really been jungling too much, because Batrider is recovering in this lane, because, yeah, he also got very, very downtrodden with how the PA Dazzle lane went, so he's just like, I'm going to play it safe in my jungle, and so is Sineko. They are all content to be farming down here, and Biver is just insurance to make sure that the top lane doesn't push into the tower, but in the meantime, he'll be farming up the secondary jungle. So they're reacting well to how poorly that tri-lane went, because sometimes you have a tendency to just continue throwing bodies in there, but they're showing that they're respecting the Dazzle and PA now.
Earth Spirit, Darkseer, they're roaming in. In fact, rolling in is Hanskin right here. The 8-minute bounty Reno's already picked up, though, by General. And now General's going to start applying some sticky napalms. Out comes the rockets. The Primal Spring on both of them. Earth Spirit probably in trouble still, although no Surge to save him. But Pycat, oh, the nice silence at the last second. Port's coming in, and Pycat has to spin out. Here comes PA as well as the Dazzle, though. How much are they going to commit to this? He jumps on a Seneko back here to slow down. But now Pycat jumps back in with the Omni Sights and bounces over to Dazzle even as he gets the kill on Earth Spirit. But now Pycat, he committed for this, and he is going to end up dying as a result of it, too. The wall just in case. Want to go the other direction, I guess, but or perhaps support coming in. But yeah, clean up for Alliance though. They get the kill on a Pycat and 2 for 1 in their favor.
Yeah, good reaction by Loda. I'm surprised that Pycat went in for that Omni Slash. I mean, like he actually was not hoping to bounce to Dazzle. Bouncing to Dazzle was like, oh god, this moved me further than I wanted to go. But even then, he didn't have Blade Fury and he didn't have a TP. So chances of him getting out of that, even after successfully Omni Slashing the Earth Spirit, are pretty slim, especially once you confirm that Loda's in the vicinity. So, yeah, Pycat definitely gets punished. Was a little bit too greedy trying to find an Omni Slash kill, but now he's basically swapping lanes. Roll in on the top lane, Hanskin.
Oh, nice blinding light pushback. Well, by nice, I mean not so nice, because that actually helps him get turn killed in the end. I mean, they had the right idea, but TP support's coming in, and all of a sudden, that was a lost cause right there. So, Coddle of the light even. He gets picked off. Juggernaut at least runs away. Seneko, he's got to be careful because, yeah, Jonas a fan eating through trees over here.
Doesn't have vacuum, unfortunately. Otherwise, he was pretty positive that Monkey King was in the vicinity, but he has to leave now. Gonna get Boundless struck.
Oh,
no!
He kept canceling it. Trying to find the angle. He could not, though. The Darkseer is fine. But, yeah, PA made this transition. Obviously, got the killer 2 at the bottom lane. Now he's pushing out the bottom, and he gets a tower kill. And maybe another hero kill. The coup de grace proc comes out. Perfect timing. That's RNG free, baby. So Loda with another kill, but now General trying to make them pay. If he gets this turn kill, that's going to be a streak stopper and a nice bounty for the Bat Rider, and he'll get it. Nearly 500 bounty for General right there. But at what cost? Because Darkseer is running him down, but this is a very slippery battle. The vacuum's actually going to miss there. And now here comes Monkey King back into the fight. Meanwhile, EGM, he's going to have to deal with some beating to the face. He does not have Shell at Grave, you're right, so he has to kind of fight this. The wall comes out, maybe trying to save Seneko. Is dropping the heal. The damage is real, man. That's continues
what
to be.
A brilliant wall. He puts down that wall, gives Dazzle yet another target to put some oh wait, top
lane. Yeah, he has an Omni Slash, but he can't get it off, and the illusions are now spawned. He has to maybe use it defensively. He's going to put up the Healing Ward. He's going to try to limp away, but Pycat, it's not going to be enough. Loda comes back in and finishes the job, and this game, it's a much different pace this time around.
Very different. Alliance are basically comfortably winning all the lanes. I mean, mid was basically breaking even, but right now, Phantom Lancer has been showing up to a lot of stuff. Limp has been active around the map, whereas Dendi, much like last game, is content to just farm up the jungle and secure his items before he starts participating, which, you know, it's to be expected, but Tinker, he doesn't have BOTs yet. You don't expect Tinker to use TP scrolls and be like, oh, okay, let's go take this fight. But yeah, that's the advantage of picking a Phantom Lancer this early on, is that he's going to be active and he's going to be dealing damage, and hopefully he's going to be scaling. But right now, Tinker has now completed BOTs, it just needs to be delivered on the courier, and this is when the game gets much more difficult for both of Alliance's carries.
Bat Rider actually has a Blink Dagger. It almost felt like he was struggling a little bit.
Radiant Jungle goes down.
Yeah, they found him in here. God, they're just talking about PA being involved early on. That with the medallion enhancement from Dazzle, and I guess he's almost using it defensively too in some cases.
Now Monkey King.
They're going to run into Monkey King. Now Port is coming in. Tinker nearby. Boundless Strike trying to stall this, if anything. Coup de grace proc's not really coming out. Not needed, though, although Denny wants to make them pay. Lasso on a Phantom Lancer again. They get a nice streak stopper right here. They drag him out of range, you're right, but the rockets will connect, actually. Those are some long-range rockets. And Hanskin, don't think he's getting out. Oh, my God, he does get out some way, somehow. Just in time, actually. Over here, though, now Juggernaut's chasing more. We've seen this happen a couple of times, though, and it's kind of bitten him in the ass before. So, Pycat, he remembers that for the time being, and he'll decide to fall back instead. Oh, EGM, yeah,
he's
you're
on the
dead.
run.
He didn't even get the ward. Oh, that's unfortunate. No rockets just yet, though. He needs
he's
to re-arm.
alive?
Wow.
Oh, he's going in?
Bots, yeah, he's fine.
Well, this is I can't imagine how big of a smile EGM must have on his face, because like I said, he's never allowed to play aggressive, but they got this medallion early on, and PA is a great hero to synergize with Dazzle when you've got this early medallion. They invaded aggressively into that Radiant jungle. They scanned out Viper, who was just quietly farming away in the secondary jungle of Invade, and they were like, screw it, let's go for more. PA does get punished in the end, but not before killing off the Monkey King in addition. And, you know, it is a bit of a setback to have your carry die like that, but in the meanwhile, Limp is farming. So as long as one of the cores is creating space and the other core is taking advantage of that space, life's good for Alliance.
Yeah, Monkey King, 7 deaths. Jeez, 13.5 minutes. He has not had a fun game so far, but no, Pycat I'm actually almost kind of impressed by, but the fact that he's on top of the net worth charts despite him dying a couple of times, and seems like, you know, he's been getting caught out of position, but he's obviously been farming like a madman here when it comes to CS especially, and that's up where the net worth him and Denny are in fact continue to be on top of the net worth charts despite all this action that's going on in the 14-5 lead here for Alliance. So that's definitely still good news for Navi, so you can't be too intimidated by the hero kill score once again. They're going to try to catch Darkseer here. Somewhat of a blind jump in from Batrider, who misses as a result.
Unfortunately, Batrider has subpar nighttime vision, so not really easy to spot targets out when you don't have wards down, and so Jonas from Fan gets out. And I believe that was the debut of the Blink Dagger on Batrider, so you would have hoped to get a little bit more than that, but you'll have more opportunities.
No, I think he used it actually on the previous fight with PA diving.
Oh, right, you're right, yeah.
They knew by now, but yeah, Pycat's still going. Again, he has the March here to assist. Lifto running in with an Ion Shell. Wall comes out, but Pycat just spins away. However, the Boulder Smash connects. Beautiful land right there. The stun being used. Here comes the Balance Strike into the Wukong's command, though. And the Omni Slash Bathron gets the kill on Earth Spear, but now he's in somewhat of a bad spot. No, he has plenty of teammates here. Darkseer will get picked up as well as the Lasso to secure. The Rocket Spam now coming out as Dendy's here as well on the Tinker. And again, the Alliance, they have to pretty much cut the losses there and fall back.
Yeah, they successfully deny the tower, but they do lose 2 heroes as a result, and Lasso does eventually connect, so at least Phantom Lancer and PA survive. PA really wanted to go in, and they were weaved up for quite a while, and so if Loda managed to get a crit dagger, would have almost certainly been able to kill off the Batrider or possibly even the Juggernaut, but not lucky this time, but they will try and continue trying as now EGM making his way towards the Talisman of Evasion to finish out the Solar Crest, so definitely not the farm that we're used to seeing on EGM Dazzle. And not the skill build either. Still 0 points in Grave, which I love it. I'm so happy to see it. I would have probably put more points in Shadow Wave as opposed to the Poison Touch, but I guess the potential to stun may be more important to... Oh.
Yeah. Half
Dangerous.
a second late there for the vacuum. Just not enough. But you're right. It's again, it's as a Dazzle player myself, like, I'm with you. I love seeing this aggressive because a Dazzle that gets these earlier levels, and is he going to max? Oh, no, he does get the 1.9 shot. Like, I was going to say it's going to max out even the Poison Touch, but level 3 is good enough value. And with how much action this game has had so far, and it's also a nice another catching tool for the Tinker even, you could argue. So there is that aspect that it brings as well. And again, it's already a team that's maybe struggling a little bit to really catch this Tinker, as they don't have the strongest crowd control, as we were stressing from the beginning here. So in that sense, it makes sense. But yeah, now he at least has the 1 Shallow Grave, so has that for the saving tool if need be. But Phantom Assassin has a Desolator in the works, and it's coming out pretty nicely here.
Oh, and might want to go in. Sees an Illuminate, but Biver immediately starts TPing out, so he's going to be safe. Hanscan might go for a kick. Nah, he's going to go for the roll. Yeah, and then there's so much minus armor on the side of Alliance. I mean, they don't have anything like a Vengeful Spirit on top of it, but Weave, Solar Crest, and Loda's going to have that Desolator completed. These supports are going to have a very unpleasant time. Like, Keeper of the Light is not going to feel safe. He's working on his Aghanim Scepter, but he's a long ways away from it, and so until he completes that, he has to get close to creep waves to farm it and get experience from them, and so he's going to have to be protected by his team, otherwise he's just going to get insta-gibbed.
I don't know what they're looking for down here. Batrider and Juggernaut are kind of hunting throughout the jungle down here. Maybe somebody was here and they TP'd out, but...
I think they're like preemptively carving out a path for Dendy to blink into. Because Dendy has this Blink Dagger completed of a general... oh, wait. Oh, no, it was Radiant team. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know what they were doing down there. Yeah, that's true.
Now, okay, Pycat, he actually does switch it up. So for a second there, he actually had the Battle Fury queued up. And that was going to be interesting if that was something that's perhaps even on his mind. But he is going to go more of the Manta style instead, definitely much more traditional. But is there a reason you can see Battle Fury actually being picked up and useful here, or would that just be not necessary?
Yeah, it was the same reason why I thought that Juggernaut would go for an early Maelstrom. He wants to be able to clear out these illusions from PL, because PL is now Diffusal Blade completed, and yes, Diffusal Blade did get nerfed a lot, but PL deals 0 damage if you... Oh, Lasso onto the Earth Spirit.
TP support's coming in though. They got to make this happen
that's
quickly.
not the boundless.
I don't think it's quick enough. Yeah, Monkey King whiffed, and he's going to fall right there. General's like, all right, which way do I go now? Over here, Omni Slash is going to be activated, but that's a shallow Grape Dazzle. This Dazzle, man, has been doing so much work now. He is going to die, but if he buys the time for a turn kill, it's not going to happen, though. The TP out is enough, and gets the well played from his teammate right there.
Your 4x streak ended on the Dazzle. That's damn well played.
Yeah, nice bounty there. Yeah, again, guys,
Ideally,
to clarify,
they would have been able to count the Art Spirit.
wait, yeah, they didn't kill the Spirit. You're right. Wow, yeah, he got out there. But yeah, to clarify again, this is all ally chat. They're not doing that in old chat. I know that was being brought up earlier.
Yo, I wish you could all chat well played.
No. So just and whether that's a bug or if that's maybe intended by Valve, like I said,
It better not be a bug. It better be 100% intended.
it would be fun if it's intended. But yeah, just to be really clear on that before people start calling out bad manners and stuff. But yeah, Juggernaut, man, this guy's just continues to still dominate in farm. He's 8,700 net worth, still on top of the charts here.
And he is ending up going for that Battle Fury. I don't know if the Manta Style was... No, I guess he just gave up on it because it's not on a courier or anything. So finishes off the Yasha, was deciding, hemming and hawing between Manta Style and Battle Fury, but ultimately will go for it, which, you know, reports of Battle Fury's death are greatly overrated in my opinion. The item is still good. If the item wasn't good, then Anti-Mage wouldn't be a hero anymore. And they're actually going to go in for Roche right now, which is ballsy.
Oh my god, yeah,
Alliance want to do the same thing.
So risky. We have a big fight breaking out right here. Now Dendy's porting
Alliance
it as well.
are like, why did our smoke just pop?
All of a sudden, Doppelganger away, though, from the Phantom Lancer. He's actually scared himself. Dazzle is going to be pulled in, so no Shallow Grave Friend this time. Wukong's command, a great placement around the Roshan pit. That's going to zone them out very effectively. General wants more. Knocks Jonas Fan into the Wukong's command, and Darkseer is barely going to get picked off right there. He almost had the chance to get away, but wasn't to be. Doppelganger away from Phantom Lancer, but Houndskin's also going to get picked off. The 1-by-1 syndrome is real on Alliance. They end up losing 3. What looked somewhat scary for Na'Vi ends up just being beautiful for them.
I think it was like an awkward situation in which you like walk in on someone in the bathroom or something like that, because Alliance, their smoke popped and their first thought was, oh, Monkey King must be on a tree. That's why our smoke popped. Their last thought was that they must be roshing right now. And so they walk everywhere but inside the pit. And Batrider fireflies up and he sees all of Alliance and he's just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Dazzle immediately gets lassoed, he goes down first, and then Alliance are like, oh man, we were not expecting this positioning. They tried to back off, but yeah, definitely suffer from some single file deaths, and at least they stopped the Roche attempt, and they can go for it themselves now, but still, it's risky for even Alliance now, even with Roche being at half HP, as now General is scouting it out.
And Na'Vi knows. They have vision also just below it, so they 100% know. Denny comes back in, and he's ready to fight. He has an 8th lens, by the way, so extra reach coming out for him. The laser's going to be used. Limp has a Doppelganger away. Pycat, he thought about running in. Roshan's evading on the outside. He'll finally go back to his lair right there, but Coddle is picked off elsewhere. They're really spread out here. Loaded to get him off to the top here. While the bottom fight itself was happening, but Roshan, he's confused, man. He's like, do you guys want to fight or not?
I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Poor Monkey King. Batrider is burning down all the trees outside of Roche, and so he can't find a good opening, and the Roche is going to go down. Alliance are going to take it. They're waiting for it.
They're going for this, and
nice
Echo's like, I want to make this happen, then doesn't have a Wukong's command. The rocket's coming out. Lotus drop in. Doesn't get the Aegis. He does, so he is going to have to activate it right away as the Omni Slash bounce around, but now Pycat, he's silenced out. He can't get a spin off. Not enough mana for it anyways. He'll end up falling. He just got his Battle Fury, too. So no buyback to be had if it
EGM right fighting against General in the top, and he might die to this Flamebreak DOT. He does.
Yeah, he is going to end up falling himself. So he's the only victim, though, other than the Aegis use, as they kill Monkey King and Juggernaut. So ends up being a pretty crazy Roshan fight after about a good minute and a half to 2 even. But does Alliance really come out on top there, though? I mean, yes, they killed Juggernaut, but the Aegis being burned right away, they needed something to really enhance them, I feel like, and it's kind of like neutral, if anything.
Yeah, it's pretty neutral right now. The main thing is that Tinker died, and so if... Oh, wait, no, Tinker didn't die.
Juggernaut died.
Okay. Well, then I'm considering that to be an advantage for Na'Vi, because without the Aegis, like, you see how Alliance are playing so aggressively. They want to be able to have a license to do whatever they want, and they're smoking up, even though they don't have the Aegis. They want to continue finding kills, and Na'Vi are just sitting back. Now, Pycat might get spotted out here if they go south. EGM is starting to motion that way, and he sees the Juggernaut. Yeah, he doesn't have a TP, so he needs to bolt.
They're not going to dive this, though. That'd be risky. Loda. Dota's diving it. All right, they are going. So about that risky talk. The boulder smashes
About
early.
that
Bat
no
Rider
ages
jumps in.
talk.
He's looking for a lasso. Flame break backwards, gonna maybe get loaded. No, he can't. AGM those caught. Balance strike on 4 actually. Wukong's command comes out, and now AGM in trouble. He's gonna pop the shallow grave. He's dead. It's just a matter of how long it takes. You see Hanska sitting from a distance. Loda still wants to go in maybe, but he's throwing out those daggers. Not going to matter. Now they run back in, though, the vacuum. The wall was a little late. Blinding Light pushback as well. And somewhat of a scattered fight now. Seneko, he's surviving the backlines. Byber will be picked off, but the lasso catches Loda, and he's going to be burned down by Dendy right there. The rocket laser combo. But now Dendy's in a bad spot himself. He's being gone on by Phantom Lancer, and he too will end up falling. Balance Strike cannot save him, but now it's actually Alliance is the one that's on the run again. So the back and forth battle is real. The Primal spring in. Jonas and Phantom will be picked off. So they kill Denny at the end of it, but that seems so ambitious from the beginning for Alliance, and the numbers work out for Na'Vi.
I felt like they almost thought that they still had the Aegis on Phantom Assassin, because they had the right idea by, I guess, baiting out some TPs at worst. They, were intimidating the Juggernaut. He retreated deep inside the jungle. And then once a bunch of TPs came out, then Phantom Assassin was like, all right, I'm content. But then they kind of stuck around, and they took the fight, and Monkey King had a great position for a Wukong's command. It's not a basher Wukong's command. He is, in fact, going for that first item, Solar Crest, which this game I can see the value of making PA miss a lot, which once that Blinding Light came out, it was another big reason why Alliance were starting to lose the fight. Their carries were not right-clicking. Phantom Lancer got leaked, had no mana, had no ability to purge off the Doppelganger. At least he didn't then. He's going to have the Manta Cell completed soon, and it's going to be a lot easier afterwards. But yeah, these carries need a right-click if you want to continue winning the fight. So you may have the upper hand at first, but once the rest of Na'Vi comes in, they start using their spells, Laser comes out, March comes out, Rockets come out, you're going to start losing the fight, and that's exactly what happened for Alliance.
And then Axe for Tinker, it's coming in. We stress how important that's going to be for him this game, especially with the matchups here. Both the PL and the Phantom Assassin especially are going to have to really just deal with it, and by deal with it, it's just going to have to be misses coming out and hope that the RNG is still favored for
they
them.
recall Pycat up top.
Okay, yeah, they want to make a play right here, but maybe fighting off a little bit more than they can chew. Byver, there's a vacuum in, the wall comes out as well. The Omni Slash bounce around, a lot of illusions there, though. And now Pycat, he's decided to fall back. Seneko puts out the Wukongs, if anything, try to deter them, but that's not going to happen, so he too will go down. So, yeah, Na'Vi had a game plan there. Unfortunately, they did not do the correct math in terms of how many players were there for Alliance. And they get
Well, either that or they were like, oh, PA's not here, we can probably take the fight. But Phantom Lancer is, you had the Battle Fury on Juggernaut, but it's not really enough right now. Phantom Lancer is tanky enough to be able to survive the initial burst that his illusions will continue messing up your Omni Slash. And so they went in aggressively with that recall, so it definitely was not a mistake. They had an objective in mind, but Alliance were in position to punish it.
Denny pushing out the bottom lane, though, but yeah, Phantom Assassin is mentioned. He's was pushing that out himself and going to fall back as Tinker comes in, though. Dazzle, so we mentioned how fantastic start he had. Allowed for that earlier medallion, and they made use of it even. But it's kind of slowed down, to say the least. He's
yeah, I've seen that talisman in his inventory for.
Yeah.
It's important to like have dreams, right? You put the poster of like a Ferrari on your wall. EGM's looking at that talisman of evasion wistfully. The window for its effectiveness may be dwindling down, which Solar Crest is always useful. Don't get me wrong, but. Yeah, it would have definitely had a much bigger impact earlier on, but right now, Vision is the name of the game, and EGM, being the selfless player as he is, knew that he had his fun, and it's time to come back home.
Earth Spirit scouting out. He's going to get some good information right here. They did see Juggernaut nearby, but Juggernaut actually just goes to jungle. He doesn't even realize how close he is to perhaps a fight breaking out right here. The good grab proc with the dagger. Doesn't really feel too much of it, though, but they did get Monkey King, actually. I believe they cut him down.
Yeah, Juggernaut was a little bit too difficult, I guess. Either that or they didn't feel confident with how much time it would have taken to kill Juggernaut. Otherwise, Tinker might have come in or something like that. So they go for the easier kill, and they're just bullying Seneko time and time again. He's just trying to help out his team, but Alliance are not having any of that. And continuing to shut down the Monkey King is a big deal. Like I said, he's still going for this Solar Crest thing, and that just means that the Basher is even further and further and further away. So it makes sense to continue bullying him.
Phantom Lancer, that Manta to go with the Diffusal. Again, a very core build on him. Now has that BKB being worked on. They're trying to catch Tinker, but again, just a hopeful vacuum is going to miss. And so Tinker will go elsewhere. Back to base.
Pycat in general, smoked up, invading. But they're just going to find two supports.
Yeah, Only gonna get one. Maybe Shallow Grave, he's out of range. So easy pick right there. Whoa, Wukong's command. Oh, that's because Phantom Lancer actually poured it in over here.
Yeah, it did.
Trying to now catch him, but Doppelganger will allow him to escape. Alliance is still nearby, though. Thinking about going in. Throws a dagger out, but not going to get the chance to jump, and Na'Vi will now retreat. And that'll be the end of that. Top lane even, Kano continues pushing it out. He is very close to that axe, and again, that is another good item to have if you're Na'Vi right here. So want to allow him to get that. Same with Tinker, as mentioned before. They're both going to have it at a very similar time at this rate, so a couple of ags going to be huge for Na'Vi the next minute or so.
And it'll be right around the time that Roche can theoretically respawn. And so while the fight was not too pleasant for Na'Vi the first attempt, it's going to be a lot easier in the second attempt with all these new items. Because so far, Phantom Lancer is working on a BKB, but he's still kind of a ways away from it. And Phantom Assassin has completed her BKB, so that's a pretty big advantage. But you're going to need more than one core because Tinker is just going to be on the outskirts of the fight. Lode is going to have a heck of a time trying to track down the Tinker and kill the Tinker.
I like Coddle's quick buy, or is his Q up buy? He's got the gem and then 5 wards.
Oh, he's done his job.
Yeah.
He got the Aghanim Scepter, you get the gem next, and you know, you don't really need anything else. Yeah, sure, you can get a 4-step if you want. Aether Lens is sometimes comedic for massive range mana leaks, but no, you force this Monkey King to have to be support for too long, it's time to return the favor and let Seneko get some farm for once.
Juggernaut MKB. Again, it's queued up, speaking of that. So I'd love to have that as far as a nice damage enhancement for him. And going that Battle Fury as re-stress, and well, that's good for the Illusion Clear, the Phantom Lancer specifically. Who, did he just finish? No, he almost has his BKB. 3,500 gold saved up. So he would like to have that, but the Ags has been picked up on both Tinker and Kato, as we mentioned, and it seems like Na'Vi really wants to make a push with it now, understandably. Figure that this is kind of a high point for them here.
It is, but they're not waiting until daytime, and so it's a little bit risky. I mean, yeah, sure, Tinker Ag may be a good enough reason, and seeing as how the tower is pretty low, they're feeling confident. And they want to make sure there are no anti-Tinker wards, I think. Or no, Wyver doesn't have the gem yet, so not a possibility quite yet.
Are there? I'm kind of looking myself, but yeah, it doesn't
There's one on the east side of the map.
Yeah. There's one way over here.
Oh, and it's going to be a late Roche, so that works in Alliance's favor, because Phantom Lancer may be able to complete BKB. Oh, he has completed BKB, okay. So they're going for a smoke right off the bat. Want to check to see if Roche is up. Going to confirm that it's not. Now, if they go high ground, it's a little bit risky, as General's in a great position.
Yeah, he sees them. Is it going to go is a question. They're kind of retreating. Flame Break goes out. General just kind of trying to buy time, if anything. Oh, that's kind of an awkward spot, though. Oh, my gosh. Wow, the Boulder Smash actually connects. But he's distracted them quite a bit. He's going to TP here, and yeah, he'll be good. Oof, got a little scary. He actually TPs to the top tower, so because the team's actually going to keep pushing, so yeah, he's going to be able to rejoin them now.
And they have this ward. They know the smoke is down, so they see Loda running around. The rest of Alliance are in the back, and Wukong's command coming out on the side.
They do catch PA in the midst of it. The Omni Slice has a very deep one, a lot of creeps, but the Shadow Grave goes up as he gets last one back in. Does Phantom Assassin, so he's going to survive for now. Possibly BKB as well. Lasers going out, but Limpra's in the foreground. The Doppelganger activated, and he's chasing after the Batrider. Batrider will fall. They do also catch the Monkey King, and now Pyjamas in the midst of it, but he spins right on top, and with that Battle Fury, the illusions are bye-bye-bye. They're getting taken out quickly, and Tinker from afar just continues to launch the barrage of rockets. So, yeah, we see the power right there of the clear of Juggernaut. But Phantom Assassin, I mean, he was out of that fight really from the beginning, despite them not killing them.
And yet, it was still 2 for 2. I don't know why Na'Vi wanted to take that fight at nighttime. Like, it was just a few more, maybe like 30 more seconds until it turned to day, but they were feeling very, very confident. And at least now Byver has the gem, so they're going to systematically start deleting all the vision, and this is a critical time to do it because Roche just respawned. So Na'Vi have all the cards to be able to take this Roche if they want to, which once Batrider comes up, they're probably going to start motioning as a lot. Oh, wow, they actually find, that anti-Tinker War paying dividends.
Pays off, and that might give it away that something's there perhaps, but they do get the pick off. I fortunately missed the catch right there, but he's going to be dead for 50 seconds on the Tinker. And that's an opening for Alliance, kind of, but at the same time, he's still doing it.
And Pyke just straight walks into it. I mean, like, they know that there's very little vision on Alliance, but This is kind of
So risky.
delicate.
Yeah. And
And
again,
skins in the vicinity. Loda?
he can't buy back either. He's dead for 30 seconds, and that's for certain. Pycat just gonna spin out though, but now you're gonna.
Now they just softened up
Yeah,
Roche.
that's exactly
Dendi can't
what
buy
happens.
back.
And there's no way they try to. I mean, well, maybe they are. Who am I to say that? Monkey King, yes, they're going. BKBs are popped. Pycat, he says Omni/Time. He goes right in. They're trying to get the kill first. Who got it? It looks like Loda picked up the Aegis. We didn't got the kill, but Loda picks up the Aegis. They get the turn call to Monkey King. And Pycat's trying to spin out now, but it's just too much chase, too much damage. Double kill for Limp. And this time, PA, he'll keep the Aegis. That was a huge mistake from Na'Vi in a couple of ways.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I can
attack.
understand why Na'Vi are playing so rapid fire. They're like, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. There's no time to just wait around because they don't really have the way to outcarry a PA and a PL. But you have to be at least you have to show some discipline whenever you're going for these objectives because they went for that tier 2 top, they didn't wait for daytime. They went for this Roche attempt, Tinker wasn't up yet. You can wait a little bit to guarantee these victories and guarantee safety, but they're playing as if there is a time bomb ticking, which it's not like, there's a Naga Siren or a Terrorblade or one of these ultra late game carries, which PL, Lasso onto, yeah, he's not going to be able to find that kill.
BKB popped and Blink Dagger away from Batrider to prevent the turn, actually. So, it doesn't end up being any, but I'm totally there with you. Yeah, it's Na'Vi that you can tell they're almost a little panic mode here at this point, despite not necessarily needing to be there, at least just yet is the ultimate factor. But, I mean, MKB now picked up on Juggernaut, so he really is going to be hitting very hard here in these future fights. But I'll say Dendi, Tinker, his overall net worth, it's actually 4th in the game and hasn't really been the most pretty here for him, so a little bit behind perhaps, but he is working on that scythe and that massive lockdown that brings, of course, with the rearm especially.
But unfortunately these BKBs are pristine on the side of Alliance. It's no leak.
Vacuum initiation, Wukong's command again in return, so here we go. Omni-Slash already committed. That was only a creep wave though. That's not the start you're looking for if you're Na'Vi, so now will they try to retreat or will they have to fight this Pycat?
Kind of.
He's dealing with himself. Yeah, they're kind of big split fights by the cores right here. Actually ports out on the Juggernaut, and it looks like Tinker will make his way out as well. So Coddle ends up being the only one to die there. And considering how that started, I think that you're overall okay with that.
I don't understand why Na'Vi are taking these fights. They have an Aegis on the Phantom Assassin. You have quite possibly some of the best high ground defense in the game with Na'Vi's draft. You have March, you have Aghanim's Coddle, you have Balance Strike, you have Firefly. What are you concerned about if Alliance finally start approaching your high ground? Why do you need to take these fights that are so risky? They didn't even have the best vision. Yeah, sure, it's daytime, and so you can see what's around Coddle, but that means Coddle has to get in the fight, and that means Coddle died in that fight. So I don't know why Na'Vi are playing so panicky. I feel like I'm giving them too hard of a time, but there's no real justification.
Yeah. Oh, it seems like, and I 100% agree with what you're saying, and perhaps again just getting caught up in the moment right here. They're the ones that do have the fallback in the sense of worst case they lose this game, we go to a game 3, but you do not want to give Alliance that chance right here. I'd like to close it out, of course, but they've had trouble doing so in this game, and Alliance is getting more and more ground as a result of this Phantom Lancer. Yes, we kind of talked about at the beginning when they drafted him in the first place. Overall, this hero seems like a weak hero in a lot of ways as far as comparisons to others, but as you're kind of hinting at too, when it comes to the late game with the items, full slotted Phantom Lancer is scary to deal with, so... Yeah, they're gonna have
and this is a Phantom Lancer who is also building up relatively tanky. He's actually going for a Basher next, and as it is, BKB is somewhat of an infrequent item on a Phantom Lancer, but he definitely needs it this game. And same thing with Basher; it's kind of infrequently seen on him. Typically you see, Mant style into Butterfly or Scotty or other items like that, but he knows that Loda's going to be dealing enough damage. He just needs to be able to stay in the fight, make sure that Tinker isn't able to just bounce around, Blink Dagger around. He's just going to follow him around with Phantom Rush and keep Dendi under wraps. And so I'm liking Limp's build this game because he is able to create space for Loda, and that's what I was saying in the beginning of the draft. This PA is going to need her team to enable her, and Alliance are doing an exceptional job at that right now.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps a bit of a strat pause coming out on either side, taking the time here. Talk about what What do you want to do? What do you want to do to adjust to this here?
Is under attack.
There we go, though. The bottom, tier 2, it's going to be pressured and eventually killed off. Backdoor protection is up, actually.
Eventually.
Making it a little more difficult, but they're eventually going to get it.
Is under attack.
And they still have Aegis for a good 2.5 minutes or so, and so,
Has fallen.
yeah, every single time I think that Alliance are going to threaten high ground, they never do, but they're going to back off. There's still, like, there are free towers to claim in the top lane, so no rush.
Now the levels start adding up, taking a look at the talent trees while we're at it. And Juggernauts, pretty boring overall, but we're tipping for hell, 20 attack speed, 8 total stats. Dendy, he's going to be level 20 soon, and has a choice to get that cast range with a magic resistance. I think cast range. Probably gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
his favorite
definitely.
tool there.
He needs to stay as far back from the fight as possible.
Armor health on the Batrider. Phantom Lancer, he's not one we can see often, so that level 25. Oh, top lane, by the way.
Top lane.
Monkey
and
got
skin.
this. Catches Juggernaut.
Oh man, Juggernaut is screwed.
Manta Stal. Get off the magnetize if anything, but he doesn't have Omni Slash yet. He doesn't even have spin. He's just trying to walk away with the healing ward. Can he maybe spin off now? He can, but he took so much damage at the last second, and he will eventually get picked off. So another pick off on a Pycat. He's dead for 75 with no buyback here on the side of Na'Vi.
And see, like, this is another situation why I don't really like Solar Crest first on Monkey King, because, like, Monkey King was in position the entire time, and I'm not saying you win a fight if you throw down a Wukong's command, but it definitely discourages Alliance. Whenever they see a Basher Wukong's command, like, you know Tinker can jump into the fight whenever he wants, and you're like, do we really feel safe going for this? But if dude just has a Solar Crest, which he put on the Juggernaut, yeah, it allowed him to survive for, like, another second or so. It's not enough to discourage fights or hell win fights, so Alliance take that, they take a tier 1. Still have another 40 seconds or so left on this Aegis, so I don't think Na'Vi are going to contest this without their Juggernaut, and Tinker's not in a good position to lay down marches. It's nighttime, so even Coddle's afraid, and wow, Hanskin's going in.
He rolled a little too far right there, but you know what? He actually ends up finding Dendy and pushes him backwards, so hey, you get the easy tower kill, and they're going to be satisfied with a couple of objectives taken there. Well, Juggernaut was dead that whole time, of course, so he's back up in about 15, but again, damage already done definitely from Alliance, and you can kind of see that Phantom Lancer getting more and more room here.
Oh, Blink Dagger, okay.
Yeah, he does go Blink.
Instead of the Basher. Well, I mean, wait. Oh, and the Basher. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, so and he has another 3k gold, so he's going to have Abyssal very soon also. Damn, Limp has been farming like crazy right now.
That he has been.
Yeah, so Tinker is going to have a very unpleasant time, and this is what Alliance need, because like I said, Na'Vi has some of the best wave clear in the game with the heroes that they've drafted, and so if you're able to shut down the Coddle or the Tinker, immediately high ground becomes that much more easy to siege. Oh, they get the vacuum!
Yeah, he finds Seneko.
Where's the follow-up?
Follow-up's not really nearby. It's going to try to go for a quick
Kick him.
TP, that is, but they...
No, not him. The Rock. You need the Rock.
And well played to his teammate there. Vivor's like, good job, dude. I love it. Yeah.
I think the problem was that Hanskin was going for the roll, and if he lays down a rock, then the roll will consume the rock. And so it's kind of difficult. Like, what he needed to do is he needed to roll in one direction and then kick in a different direction. But, yeah, wasn't able to get the angle, unfortunately, and Monkey King gets away.
Yeah, so good escape at least for him, but a little bit of a slight misplay there from Onskin. Tinker, though, that Scythe, you mentioned, it's not going to, be the end-all item by any means, but it's still a useful item to have on Tinker that Na'Vi will appreciate.
I mean, seeing as how Loda's been having to spend a lot of BKB charges, and now, oh man, they find Monkey King again! He's on the run!
Oh, the wall just out of range. Oh, so awkward. And now he has
What is
support
with the
coming in. You
kicks?
got to be careful about going so far. Never mind.
1-1.
Gets deleted.
4-1.
No, it's
Top
about
lane's getting pushed though.
70% life.
Fast.
They get
Pycat's
tier
about
3
to take
here.
this tier 3.
Yeah, no fortification. They get tier 3. He needs to get out
TP's
now.
canceled.
They
Who
have a
canceled
stopper?
that?
No, they do not. He gets out. And Batrider? Okay, well, they do have a stopper for him. And at least
Yes, they
kill
do.
him. But you know what? Getting a tier 3, and now that opens up the shrines, and some objective for Na'Vi being done. Bottom lane, though. Dendy is
Hanskin?
caught here by Hanskin, but again, where's the support? He's going to be able to TP out before Dazzle can get there, but it's only Dazzle, so yeah. Got kind of awkward for them right there.
They're still here, and Vivor knows, oh, it's daytime. He sees Hanskin, he leaks him, Pycat's recalled in. Omni Slash onto 2.
Jeez. That was beautiful. Now the Shallow Grave again, saving him for now, but that's going to be the end of him too. Yeah, nice recall right there. I was going to wonder if they had the damage, but they certainly did.
I don't know why Earth Spirit and Dazzle were hanging around there. They knew it was daytime. Even if you don't really know where the Coddle is, that's like you just went on Tinker. There's no way that Navi's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I'm sure they'll not be in our jungle anymore. And I mean, it is technically just 2 supports, but Dazzle dropped a gem, and so now Biver is the owner of 2 gems. Jonas and Finn going in on Dendi, gets the vacuum.
As you have support nearby, the blinding light's not enough. 1900 crit overkill there for Loda. BKB committed, but you know it's already down to 5 seconds. Might as well guarantee that kill. He would have or he does have a buyback more so. As Dendi.
Yeah, he might have to spend it as well.
Radiant's middle tower.
How much of the
BKB is down for Loda.
I figure they want to. Yeah, is he going to buy back? No. Lasso in. Brings in Phantom Lancer, but no buyback still. And Limp will just kind of walk away. Well, I guess they're happy that they stopped tier 3 at least.
Yeah, that's the main thing. They didn't really need to get that kill. The Limp getting that lasso was actually critical. Otherwise, they would have not really been able to do very much. And PA is the one with the Lincolns, and so that is definitely discouraging the Bat Rider from going on her, but Phantom Lancer doesn't really have anything to protect. And speaking of protection, I feel like Dendi might need to consider a Ghost Scepter very soon, because, yeah, Phantom Lancer does have a Diffusal Blade, but it's only 1 charge left, and he doesn't have a 2nd charge in his backpack. And Ghost Scepter will save him against PA guaranteed. And that's, like, these daggers are coming from downtown. I don't know if Loda will go for the double dagger talent. Probably not, but still, Dendi needs to be concerned about all these right-click heroes.
Yeah, actually, back to talent trees, you see right there, Phantom Lancer. He got his level 25, and it is the 20 strength.
Yeah.
The Phantom Rush range. Just so bulky for him and his illusions now.
He's massive.
3,000 life. We have a fight.
Oh, wow, they're invading.
Wisconsin Command, they are invading indeed. There is no shrine to be used for Earth Spirit. He is held down with the lasso. The Stevens pop in the background, but the Shadow Grave will save the Earth Spirit for now. Limp, he is dropping low himself, but they get the stun on the Monkey King with some bash proc showing in there. However, Doppelganger over the ledge from Limp. He just wants to live, damn it. Loda is not going to live, though, as the Rocket will snipe him out. A 3-for-1 turn. Not really turn, initiation more so from Na'Vi. Roshan not up just yet. He's up in 9 seconds, though. If they want to stick around for that, they're going to get the shrine, and this is going to, yeah, they should be able to do Roshan again if they see it.
Yeah, Monkey King's standing sentinel. He just jumps off as it comes out. That's a damn shame.
Well,
Coddle may come by, but they're going to push the tier 2, or rather, Pycat's going to push the tier 2 while General inadvertently creates pressure up top. And they can go back for Roche. There's no real rush. The shrine has already been taken because of that earlier push of Pycat. They were able to open up shrines, and now it's difficult for Alliance to contest this. Loda's down for 40 more seconds with no buyback.
And there's the level 25 talent, 20 agility picked up by Juggernaut, who does have the butterfly. Another 2,300 gold even on top of that. So yeah, this is going to be a free Roshan for Na'Vi. A nice little arcane rune here as well. Pick up, maybe Dendi gonna get it, or
I would think Dendi. He doesn't have BOT2s yet, so yeah, I guess Bat Rider will take it. Okay.
So somebody pick it up, so give it to him. But yeah, Phantom Lancer, that Abyssal Blade is huge. But yeah, that was just a great initiation from Na'Vi. The go mentality, all 5 were there, and they figured they had the jump, and they did on Alliance. So they catch them off guard. And they take the Aegis as a result.
One of the few times that Na'Vi has been able to actually successfully initiate, because all of their past initiations, like, they've been initiating nearly every fight. It's just that they haven't been winning all these initiations. If they find Snake, oh my god, that anti-Tinker ward is actually an anti-Monkey King ward, Snako is going to die.
Double the value.
Double the value.
That's huge. He's dead for 60. No buyback.
And it's nighttime, so Coddle isn't too useful right now, but he still will be able to keep this wave pushed, as no one in Alliance has built a pipe yet. Darkseer is probably the most traditional hero to do so, but instead he's opted for a Lotus Orb and Blink, and I definitely agree with the Blink Dagger. The Lotus Orb, I imagine, is just to be able to purge the Mana Leak off of someone else. He has the Greaves and the Lincoln, so yeah, they really don't want to have to deal with Mana Leak, and obviously, like Laser, it'll be able to purge off Laser as well, so a lot of value in all these Reflecty and Purgy items.
Yeah. Scythe from Tinker, level 22 now. He's up here with Pycat at the top lane, playing that Juggernaut. Maybe almost going to try to bait him out of sorts, but that could be pretty risky if you do that, so we'll see. Again, we know Na'Vi is definitely in strengths with their ult together, but they are doing this whole split push idea as well. And that's kind of proven to catch them a couple of times here. So I'm always a little bit worried when I see it. But I guess as far as taking a 5-on-5 fight, I mean, we kind of saw at the Shrine area, but I think that was more of just they caught Alliance off guard.
Right.
Rather
Yeah,
than
no, I agree.
having
Whenever both teams are kind of fully aware of where each other are, then I think Alliance comes out on top, because the name of the game is just tracking down Tinker. And that fight, they didn't really know where Tinker was, but Limp is fully equipped to just bully the hell out of a Tinker. And so I'm honestly, I'm pretty sure he's going to be sitting on this last Diffusal Blade charge until he sees what Dandy, like, if he ever goes for a Ghost Scepter, because it could be game deciding if he's able to kill Tinker or not.
This net worth graph is fairly entertaining. Quite a lead for Na'Vi earlier on, and a big dip for Alliance, and now we're back up for Na'Vi.
Might go another way again. They spot out General with a few illusions. Juggernaut takes this tier 2.
Dire's bottom
Not going to
tower
fully initiate, yeah, just the illusions really. And Pycat's still going.
They smoke up. Going for a flank.
Yeah, trying to catch
Radiant
them off
has
guard.
this war.
Monkey King comes down. He's going to be seeing Sapphire Dagger in. A Monkey going to be exposed. He'll drop like it's hot right there very quickly. And that's a cue for Na'Vi to get the hell out.
They didn't activate any BKBs. Bliver's on the run. It's still nighttime though, so they can't see anyone.
Yeah, they're doing a great retreat here. There's Na'Vi, and I think they all should be good. Biver, he's kind of the last one. Yeah, he's good. Not even going to go for it. Meanwhile, top lane, Pycat. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to go top and keep pushing that in. But they are going to come in. And
They
recall's
cancel the recall,
canceled.
but no big deal.
Yeah, it's going to stall on things a little bit. So, but clearly that's the game plan of Na'Vi, this whole split push idea between Juggernaut and Tinker. Similar to what Alliance was doing last game with a very slow, methodical game of slowly pushing into the base, and then we had that epic clash at the end, and then a favorite Na'Vi. So, you know, that's where I'm kind of fearing for Na'Vi. It's setting up for a similar thing where this is working for now, and it's understandable why they're doing it, but I feel that big fight's coming, man.
Oh, it's coming. It's daytime now, though, and so Na'Vi are going to start removing all the vision that Dire have established on their side of the map, so one ward goes down, and Biver will continue his duties. And that makes Alliance very nervous, because they are going to have to sit in this base, and they don't have the best wave clear. Like, I've been praising Na'Vi for what spells they have, but Alliance don't really have very much. They have, there's really nothing to easily get rid of. Like, you can draw aggro with Spirit Lance, but you're not going to be able to kill the creep wave, because Limp didn't go for anything like an Aghanim Scepter on the Phantom Lancer. So, yeah, this creep wave is going to survive. These illusions of Juggernaut are going to survive.
General.
The tier 3 tower is getting very low.
Lincoln's is applied to Phantom Assassin. Got a double Lincoln's going on.
Yeah, it's Darkseer's Lincoln's on top of her.
General was looking for a target, but couldn't really find it. Instead, they'll just push it out. The Aegis has been reclaimed, though. And you see Alliance almost pushing out from there, being like, all right, now's our chance, but nope.
I mean, it worked for them previously, but yeah, not this time.
Instead, Na'Vi falls back, and back to pushing out other lanes, farming resources. And you have Tinker, who's still not level 25, but again, almost there now. He's hit the 24 mark at least. Then what does he get? Let's put a game there of one of the lifesteal or the 100 laser damage.
With the Aghanim Scepter, oh wow. Yeah, Alliance are really looking for something.
Oh boy.
They hit Seneko inadvertently,
Yeah.
but they don't do anything about it.
They were kind of, they did knock him down.
Break it!
And that's a dead monkey. But guess
I
what's
feel
happening
so bad
top?
for Seneko. Yeah, it's getting pushed. It's getting pushed hard. TP coming in by Phantom Lancer, and that's enough to discourage Pycat.
Slow, methodical game.
Oh, still more?
Dire's
General's in the area. He gets out too.
So yeah, back to Tinker
Limp
though.
almost wishing that he had that Phantom Rush range. Yeah, it's Tinker. Go on.
Well, we like the 100 range damage, or the 100 laser damage that is,
Correct.
for the Ags value.
Yeah, especially because the BKBs are whittling down. God, okay, now Hanskin getting leaked all over the place by Biver.
Vacuum right on top of him though. Coddle has that Ghost Scepter
Limp
up.
blinks in.
Limp wants to go in. Spear lands forward. He's jumping in for sure, and he drops Coddle pretty quickly. So had the right idea and able to commit
Gems on
for
the
it.
deck. EGM will claim the prize, and Na'Vi are going to back out.
Oh, Batrider's
now
caught, though.
Limp finds General.
Yeah, Spirit Lance catches him. The Abyssal Blade stun. Doppelganger spawning more. Clearing those trees out as well, but General, nice staff forward. Trying to keep himself alive as long as possible, if anything, because the top lane, they're still pushing this, remember. Lasso onto him. Again, he's just trying to stay alive as long as possible. He'll finally go down, but look what's happened top. They're going to use Fortification. Can they at least kill the range racks? The Illusions can.
Oh man, Loda in these marches.
Oh, he's going back in. The Omni Slash. Bounce between the Illusions and Phantom Lancer himself, but it bounces more to the Illusions. And that's a power up Phantom Lancer right there. Tinker's dead that quickly. GG, well played RNG right there, Pycat.
Abyssal in 1 second.
There's the pull in with the wall as well. You see the damage from Loda as soon as he gets an auto attack in, and Limp will actually get credit for it. So Juggernaut gets picked off, so they get the range tracks, but it comes at a massive
to
cost.
follow. Possibly, he's on the run. He has all the vision, whereas Limp is kind of guessing here, but he guesses correctly.
That he does.
And he finds the Phantom. Can
he purge
Ghost
it?
Scepter. He can purge it.
No, he's not going to.
But
Okay.
he's not going to. He doesn't care.
Takes
Yeah,
him out
TP's
right there.
down. Wow. Na'Vi just got dismantled one by one. They should have really just let that Juggernaut die, or rather let the Tinker die. Juggernaut was on the run, but they came in and they lost the Batrider, they lost the Keeper. They're trying to out-alliance with these rat tactics, but these are the kings. They know all the ins and outs of these tactics. They lose the range racks, but that's a minor setback at best.
Yeah, they know how to play against it, and they're doing so well right here. So Na'Vi, will they have to use a buyback is the question. Alliance at least wants to force something out. In fact, there we go. Tinker will try to bring that counter
might be
push.
enough. I think that would be enough. I don't think Juggernaut's going to have to buy back.
Yeah, Coddle just res, so this should be enough counter push here against
It
Alliance.
is nighttime, though. Nighttime for a good 3 minutes, so it's a good window for Alliance.
There's that Illuminate coming out, though. The rockets constantly used. Batrider jumps
Too
over
many
the Shivas
Lincolns.
even. Yeah, the Lincolns, though, causing issue and eventually will fall back. So that at least they get the tier 3 themselves now, and that will open up the shrines, too, for Alliance this time to take out.
Juggernaut was coming up in 10 seconds. They spent BKB, they spent a bunch of Lincolns. Their cooldowns were whittling down, so good time to exit. And Roche could potentially be up. It's not up, it's going to be a late Roche, but you don't want to have to lose a fight right before Roche comes up. And neither team really has the best vision around it right now. And looks like Hanskin, no, does not have any wards. So they need to start getting vision around the pit, because the next big clash is definitely going to be deciding who takes this Roche.
Well, you see Pycat clicking the time right there, and I think that has to do with, he could be up as you're getting at. So they're going to check right here, but as we see, it's not going to be up for a good minute 20 now.
Except Earth Spirit didn't confirm it. I'm surprised that Hanskin didn't at least walk into the pit. Because, yes, it's not up. They're getting, oh man, he's actually going to randomly find Dendi here.
Ooh. Bots 2
They're
poured
BOTing
in.
onto him.
No.
Oh.
So close. They had the right idea, but they could not catch him.
And now PL's away from the fight. They're all bringing everyone up top, and Monkey King spots out the Dazzle.
Kill him, please. Oh my god, the shallow grave. I was going to say he did not want to Omni Slash for that, and he chose not to, which is understandable, but that sucks. If you're Na'Vi, you thought you had at least had a free kill there.
Na'Vi still have it at the upper hand right now. They're inside the pit. They haven't had to spend any cooldowns. General actually wants to go find a pick because they placed this aggressive ward. And so, yeah, Alliance had a window in which they could have started placing some vision, but EGM went elsewhere. Only Hanskin went north, and Loda's on fire. Are we really at that stage of the game? Dude, this is totally El Clasico.
Yeah, like I said, that
Shout out to Darkseer Games.
That fight's coming in. We're going to see massive buybacks, and it's going to end shortly after that. So it's a matter of who's going to win that fight. And Roshan could be the telling.
Na'Vi TP icons on the center of the map. Are you seeing this?
What's that?
Like right here? Or not anymore?
No.
They're like a bunch of Na'Vi teleport things. You're seeing Loda on fire though, right?
What? He is on
fire.
Am I
crazy?
You're right. No, that is
okay.
happening. That's a little odd. Anyways, he goes
Says
in
he got
right
3
here.
kills.
Here we go. Here's that big fight that we're talking about. Wukong's command coming down. Loda's melting. He barely able to Phantom Strike to his teammate right there. And he'll survive for the time being.
Whoa,
The shallow creep also
goes in.
applied, but the last one, the backlines, it's catching him. It's locking him down. And down goes Loda for 98 seconds. And meanwhile, spread fight over here now. Hoska's trying to get away. Limp's actually running into Pycat vacuum to save him.
Tinker's dead.
Tinker did get picked up elsewhere, though. Where the hell was that? That was in the area right here.
Yeah, near the shrine. Juggernaut was trying to save him, but in the end, Phantom Lancer was able to finish him off, and they are not motioning towards it. They don't know Oh no, they do know that Tinker doesn't have buyback. Tinker had to buy back during that high ground siege. So, oh
Yeah.
man, and Loaded did take dual daggers. Hell yeah. So they're gonna go in. I think.
Well, they might, as you said, they know Tinker does not have the buyback, but this is a buyback Loda, so it's a little scary for sure.
Pycat is in a position to push bot heavy. He doesn't know where the rest of Alliance is, so he's kind of playing it safe, but they're finishing off Roche, and he's going to start sieging bot. Darkseer is going to come back to defend, as well as Glyph being spent, but Roche is going down quickly.
Well, back over here, General. If anything,
Bat
trying to
Rider?
steal it, tries to go to the time. He takes the Aegis right
got-
there. The Abyssal Blade's done immediately, but he gets out with a
And he
force
gets out.
out. What a steal right there. They get the kill on a Biver, but mission accomplished absolutely for Na'Vi. And that split push, he does not get any of the racks, but Pycat still hanging around the middle lane. That's got a sting for Alliance, man. They thought they had the easy one, but they did not.
I don't know who they wanted to give it to, because both Limp and PA, I think, both had all their slots filled out, but I don't know. Whatever the case, Bat Rider gets out with murder, especially the fact that he didn't die afterwards. And, oh man, General has an Aghanim Scepter on this Bat Rider, so he can definitely shut down both cores of Alliance if he manages to penetrate all the Lincolns and Lotuses.
You know what? That didn't register to me, but that makes a lot more sense now in the last fight. He had both Dazzle and PA lassoed
okay.
up. I was kind of wondering about that in the moment, but that makes a lot more sense. Having that axe right there. Seneko, by the way, he's evading the vacuum.
Yeah, he is, but he's
Now,
baiting.
Yeah, baiting of sorts. As that's that basher, of course. The Wukong's command. They're trying to get Dendy here, though. Boulder Smash is going to miss. Barely misses the angle. And he escapes, and Seneco's like, all right, now's the time to get out. He will make it. Yeah, what is up with Phantom Assassin right now? This dude is just on fire of all sorts.
Yeah, this is what happens in long Darkseer games, because apparently it's something about Ion Shell. It's like the particles don't time out properly, and yeah, now Jonas and Fam is on fire. No, EGM's on fire. Yo, everyone's on fire. What the? This is a sick cosmetic on Dazzle, though. I gotta say,
It's
this whole
pretty.
fire stuff. Yeah, so that's what happens when the game goes long. Then everything goes on fire, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, they'll fix it in Source 2." I think Valve intentionally kept it in just because it looks so awesome.
All right, well, hope the FPS keeps up right here.
I hope Jonas and Fam
Jump
survives
in.
going
Jonas
in.
Fan going pretty YOLO right here. The vacuum comes out. No wall just yet in the back line. So, see the Omni Slash is bouncing around the lasso. Onto one. Who is that? That's Dazzle, actually, of all heroes. They did lose Monkey King, and they're retreating on one side.
General's on
Back
the
to over
run.
here. General is going to be caught, though. That's going to be the Aegis, remember.
Aegis claimed.
Can they follow it up?
You have to be careful about your top racks, though.
Oh, he blinks in
Pycat's
time.
pushing it out.
The timing was perfect, but as you said, Pycat's up there. So if anything, stay alive as long as possible if you're General. He is going to eventually fall, but they TP to the top lane, want to save the melee racks, and they are going to do that yet again. Alliance
Link
continues
BKB
just
is
barely
up for
doing
PL. He can follow. They know where Juggernaut is. They can. Oh no,
They don't
Abyss's
have
on
a stopper.
cooldown.
So he gets out, and Bifer still on the run, has that Glimmer Cape up, but it's going to be wearing off there. But he has his own blink. And enough to go elsewhere. So the rat will continue of Na'Vi. As far as back to the bottom lane for Pycat. Those bots, too, coming into play.
I mean, honestly, if they take Raxes, it's not that big of a deal for Alliance. They have like the kind of heroes that can deal with having a Rax down. Yeah, the lanes will perpetually keep pushing, and that's the last thing you want against a Tinker. But it's not going to make or break the game.
What's the vision like in this game? Looking at the Radiant side right now, around the Roshan pit, of course, and that's really it. On either side, as far as the Dire goes, it's pretty defensive themselves, their own jungle, and then down here at the bottom lane. So, not the greatest vision for either side right now.
Ideally, they need to put up a few more anti-Tinker wards to be able to pick the Tinker, because that will be the real opening to start going for high ground again.
Juggernaut pops the Manta, going to send out the illusions. His own Abyssal Blade is, he has it all really queued up, ready to be purchased here. Of course, buyback's important. Speaking of that, right now, Loda's the only one without a buyback according to the timer at least. Just over 2 minutes remaining. So that's going to be on cooldown. It still has to have that in mind, I'm sure, if you're Alliance, and the last thing you want to do is have that death, and that's ultimately what that last game came down to, of the epic fight, and just simply not having enough buybacks.
I'm like getting a fever dream. Oh man, are they gonna find Pycat? No.
They try again, but they can't.
Yeah, mid lane now I see like the ghost of a fountain in the mid lane. Do you see this?
I see the TPs going on now, but I don't see a ghost of a fountain, though.
Oh, well, I'm clearly losing my
This
marbles
game is
here.
bugging out in general, though. No, it's we have some funky stuff happening, man.
The mid tier 3 Dire is like spitting. You see that one? No?
No. Your game's extra crazy.
Jeez.
Oh, catch here.
Extra
They're going to
crazy.
catch Loda.
This game's extra crazy.
Flashy Loda, but he's able to Phantom Strike away. The Omni Slash going to be stopped. The return
the Omni
stun
Slash.
on a Bat Rider right there. Out comes a Wukong's command in the background, though. And they are going to lose Tinker, however. You see pretty deep over here. Earth Spirit, Darkseer,
Bat
they're
Rider.
in. They're going for
He gets
Sadeko now as
canceled.
well, but he somehow gets away. Jeez. And the rest of them get out. Juggernaut, not even here. And Bat Rider barely escapes with his life.
Yeah, he actually tried to TP. It got canceled by the last tick of the poison touch because it stunned him, and he can get recalled. He doesn't have a TP, so he's definitely quietly breathing as now Viver will recall him. But yeah, they kill off the Tinker again. And Dendy just keeps getting, like, this is the name of the game. You gotta kill the Tinker. And so they have the right idea, constantly focusing on it. And Navi keeps trying to initiate. And the Omni Slash would have been nice if they killed off Lotus, seeing as how he did not have buyback, but he will have buyback in 30 seconds. So that window has now passed as Pycat is going to continue his siege up top. But looks like Limp is one step ahead. He goes for the blink. Oh, he backpacked his blink.
We're seeing the same thing over and over again. I mean, it's Pycat constantly keeping them occupied. As soon as they think they have a window on Alliance's side, it's like, you don't. You gotta fall back, you gotta defend, and it's just rinse and repeat right now. So we're 62.5 minutes into this game, and it feels like we could be in for still a bit of time here as far as Game 2 is concerned, because unless they catch that Juggernaut without a buyback specifically, it feels like we're just going to keep going. Like, what's going to stop this?
It's on a razor's edge, because even if they only catch out the Juggernaut, the real thing will be if there's a full 5-on-5 engagement, how many heroes go down, how many buybacks are spent, and how many of the cores are the ones that had to buy back. So as of right now, everyone has buyback except for Monkey King and Keeper, but that will almost certainly change before there's another engagement. And yeah, no, the next engagement might be Roche, but honestly, Roche isn't going to be as critical as it was in times past because all the cores are slotted out. So, like, they are going to fight around Roche and hopefully give the Aegis to someone important, but it's the fight that's going to matter more than the actual Aegis.
I like how Phantom Lancer is keeping the full heart in his backpack here.
He's been going back and forth.
Yeah.
He's been switching between the Blink and the Heart.
Hilarious. Using it for the
My
region
game's
of
getting
anything.
progressively stranger. I think it's all these Immortals. They are like all these new particles that were introduced, and like right now, Jonas and Fam is like,
Yeah, no,
he has, like,
I see what's going on. Yeah, who knows? It's just like a blob at this point.
It's like ectoplasm around him. He's going in, puts up the Lotus Orb, doesn't find anyone.
Like Phantom Assassin's actually kind of cool. It's like the whole
I like
fire
it.
mechanic.
I like it a lot.
It's like this beam of light everywhere, but it's Darkseer is just blech. not some cosmetics I would invest into.
But ones that Valve would almost certainly create.
Phantom Lancer 14-0 and 14, by the way. He has not died yet.
Yeah, I've been giving praise for how well Alliance was protecting the Phantom Assassin, but the Lancer was just as well protected. And I mean, credit to Limp as well. He's been playing it extremely well. They might... It's daytime right now. They see the Juggernaut. They put down the
wall's
wall.
out. Lotus Orb is up. There you get the Hex on a Bat Rider. You see, Juggernaut's having some trouble. He pops the Omni Slash level in the background, but the Doppelganger will destroy now. Pycat, he's going toe-to-toe
Viper's
with
dead.
Limp. Who's going to win this battle? The rockets are coming out from afar from Jenny. The Hex comes out as well, and Phantom Lancer is locked down, so this could be the first kill to Phantom Lancer, as we're just trusting he hasn't died yet. There's a streak stopper right there of 1,100 plus gold taken. So Phantom Lancer dead. They lose Bat Rider and Kato, though, but Lotus like, you know what? Let's go back in, baby. I'm ready to go. Tinker
kill him.
gets two-shot at that point, and Juggernaut,
Now
he's going to try to
Pycat.
get out in time. He will, as he spins
No
out
basher.
before the damage is real enough. But they killed Phantom Lancer, but they do lose 3, including Tinker again. And goes back to now what?
It was a 10x streak. Yeah, that's right. It was definitely a streak under 1.2k gold just for killing the Phantom Lancer. And he has buyback, but it's not really... You're not in a position to start sieging up high ground. And you might find Monkey King. He's playing very aggressive here. Jonas and Fan has Blink cheap.
Yeah, we're going to find him indeed. The scythe comes out, and should be an easy kill overall. So
Drops
he's
a
dead
gem.
for 80. Gem has been dropped as mentioned. But, you know, not really worried about not having a buyback, I don't think, at this point with where we're at here. So he'll be back up in about a minute. And good to go once again. I mean, a Tinker, well, I'm trying to think of what I want to talk about. The Tinker with a 9,000 gold saved up. They don't have Moon Shards. Okay, Juggernaut does have a Moon Shard. PA and Phantom Lancer also do, so all the cores really have them. Monkey King, I guess you could say maybe Tinker can give Monkey King a Moon Shard. Like, we're getting to that point of the game.
I think Tinker needs to get rid of his Aether Lens now. It's been a little bit too long. I mean, like, again, I don't know why he hasn't gone a Ghost Scepter or an E-Blade, because I feel like that would have so much value right now. And I mean, they think about going high ground, but Tinker's up in 5 seconds. So Tinker's going to focus on himself. There's no one really worth investing in. And if there is, then Juggernaut will do it, because Juggernaut also has buckets of gold, and he's like 7 slotted right now. So
yeah.
And the question is, okay, Dendi actually goes for a max Dagon. Well, level 3 Dagon, but yeah, he just wants to save for buyback. I don't know. I don't know why. Like, maybe I'm missing something. I know that Diffusal Blade is a concern to get rid of the Ghost Scepter, but...
Oh. Lasso, Phantom Assassin, middle lane. Pulling it back. Can they finish the job? It looks like it. He cannot Phantom Strike away. He is dead for 120 seconds. He does have a buyback. Nice. Blinding light over the ledge. There's the buyback from Loda. Jonas Fan puts down the wall, though, trying to survive. It looks like he will survive for the time being. Denny now in the back line is dealing with Limp, and he's having trouble, but the Glimmer Cape will save him, it looks like. And now Pycat runs into Limp himself, but the Abyssal Blade locked down. And Juggernaut's dead for 95 plus. He has a buyback, though. So Loda with this buyback, they're committing forward. Is Alliance trying to catch Seneko, but he TP's out on top of the tree right there. Now, no buyback just yet from Juggernaut, as General also ports away before he gets caught, and the rest will be fine. And so far, he's not having to, but Roshan is up. Will he buy back for this, maybe?
I don't think he's going to. I mean, PA did buy back, and it would be great if you could win a fight in the pit, but they do it a little bit too quickly. And right now, Batrider's getting some vision. They don't have a Shrine, and Juggernaut, oh, he does have BOT2s. They could actually buy back and contest this, but if you lose, then you lose the game.
Yep.
Whereas, if you let Roche go, the game will continue.
Oh, Tinker coming in. No, he cancels, actually.
Oh.
Something canceled him. Decides not to. There goes Roshan, and the Aegis is picked up this time by Loda. So we saw General make the big play earlier. This time he's not going to get the chance, really. So that's an Aegis for the Phantom Assassin. That's second life here. And Juggernaut's up in 35 seconds now. Juggernaut is, again, getting to that point where his inventory, he has the Abyssal Blade and a Refresher Orb in his backpack. Love seeing these kind of games, man.
Yeah, this is going to take some substantial item micro coming out from Pycat to optimize. Oh, top lane. They find the Batrider. I'm surprised the General was going in on that.
It just seems like that Navi, the kind that they know that they're going to get picked eventually at times, but just get as much damage on the racks as possible.
Yeah,
in fact, Viper's coming
bodies.
up here too. Seneco's just simply playing a scout here for Dendi, if anything.
Yeah.
Which
I believe in the most recent engagement, yeah, oh, okay, Biver does have another gem on the courier, but it is nighttime, and so he doesn't really know where the Alliance wards are, but yet again, Alliance don't have any anti-Tinker wards up right now, so vision is pretty paltry on both sides.
We got a lot of level 25s to look over as well, by the way.
We do, actually.
Let's start from the beginning. We got Juggernaut. Obviously, we're talking about 20 agility. We got the 100 laser damage on Tinker. We expected that.
Okay.
Monkey King's almost there. Which one of those?
I'm pretty sure he'll take Balanced Strike crit.
Yeah.
Because his damage against PA could be deciding. Like, he doesn't have that much beyond a Desolator, but still, it's 100x. Whereas Strength, like, if he gets caught, oh man, that Shiva's almost spots him.
But they did spot him for a split second. They know he's in here, but it's like, where?
They did.
No vacuum.
Vacuum's down. They break the wrong trees. He's hiding as a tree.
I love it. He's going to be fine. He's going to survive.
All right, so let's continue with the taunts, as I'm sure he'll survive.
100 balance strike crit then, okay. So Coddle, 200 illuminate damage heal. That's a lot of healing damage, man.
It's a tough call, actually. It is a lot, but at the same time, being able to blinding light from like downtown may be pretty important, because like I said, these BKBs are whittling down. So yeah, well, I'm putting a pin in that one.
Batrider got the 8-second Firefly duration. You stressed that last game.
Understandable.
Phantom Lancer, 20 strength. Already talked about that. Dazzle, -6 second point. That makes it a 1 second cooldown.
How the hell did Dazzle hit 25?
Yeah, by the way, there's that.
All these Navi heroes. Yeah, I mean, Poison Touch cooldown, if you just dump a bunch of Poison Touches on Tinker, which I don't know what the odds of EGM of finding Tinker are. They might be pretty high right now, as now Sheepstick
they
on
catch
top of the
Juggernaut,
Juggernaut.
actually. Yeah, the Scythe comes out. He's trying to run. He gets stunned out, though, and he will die again without
Tinker's
being
going
able
to be
to do a
able
damn
to
thing.
Grave. Spam those Poison Touches.
Yeah, that 1 second cooldown, man. Just going to spam it over and over again. Helps keep the lockdown close enough in general. Is going to be finished up by Hanskin, actually. What is this about? Seneco's so far in the base.
I think he wants to find someone who's retreating, but Jonas and Fam has full HP, so he's not going to go down. And they're kind of pinging him. They find him with the Shivas. Seneco's on the run.
Okay.
He doesn't have Vacuum for another 3 seconds, but Seneco's pretty screwed here. Vacuum? Oh my god, he misses it.
He missed, and he's going to get back up on another tree and TP out.
Oh my god.
Oh, boy. What on earth?
Mid lane's getting pushed, though.
Yeah, here we go. Back to the middle lane, though. Juggernaut, again, will he use a buyback for this? None of the racks have died just yet. This will be the first. Oh, range racks have died, but not melee so far. There's a fortification.
Coddle has a blink dagger, by the way.
Yeah, he's had that for a little bit here.
Wukong's
There we go.
command.
Wukong's command. They do want to fight this. The bash procs on defense has to knock him backwards.
Her
Blinding
BKB's
light.
down.
And
Her
she would
Satanic's
not
down.
have a buyback either, but the Phantom Strike forward.
She has
Pretty
Aegis,
good.
though.
That's right. She does have the Aegis.
Vac,
So
no
she goes
wall.
back in fact. The vacuum, no walls mentioned. Off to the side over here. Limp. He's trying to find a target. He will find General finally. And General
Juggernaut's
having to
back.
force staff away. Juggernaut, Omni Slash here going off in the front lines. Limp actually taking a lot of damage. Shallow Grave comes up at the last second. Melota is going to fall. And the Aegis will be popped. Limp, though, keeping his distance. He is very low on life. Can they save Loda now? It's the question. No, they cannot. He barely
Oh,
lives.
he eats the cheese.
See, the cheese keeps him alive. Wow.
They have Grave in 1 more second.
The Dagon's not enough either, but he's still on the run. Remember, he would not have a buyback. There's a lasso.
Double lasso.
It catches both of them, and the raid boss once again in trouble. But the vacuum goes out. Down goes Slaughter. That is dead for 125 seconds. Pycat's falling over with the buyback. If this would be a tieback for him, but the heal from the healing ward. Limp is chasing. Limp wants the kill. He knows how big of a deal it is, but he's not going to get it. Stays alive on Pycat right there. And now this is that opening for Navi to try to possibly finish this game. Well, they have 105 seconds with Phantom
Most of the
Assassin
top
dead.
lane. Pycat's going on this top racks. Meanwhile, mid lane, they just want to create space.
Yeah, he's going for the melee. He's going for tier 4 after maybe. I mean, this will be interesting to see what he does. He does have Earth Spirit to deal with. And Limp is coming back. But is he really scared about Limp? They do end up killing Jonas Fan, who buys back immediately. But yeah, he's actually going to spin out. He has a lot of teammates coming, though. 80 seconds
Limp
for
has
Phantom
no mana.
Assassin.
Okay, so they have not really the best odds of fighting back. Like I don't think Navi can win the game right now, unless if Limp dies. Which, even if Limp dies, he has a buyback. At most, you're going to be able to take megas, but even that's optimistic because Dazzle's going to be up in 5 seconds as well, and then Limp can just go bananas. And so, Navi are playing it safe right now. Pycat doesn't really feel confident going for anything because remember, there's always this Blink Abyssal possibility on Limp, so Blade Fury's not going to protect you.
Yeah.
And there's a naked Rax down bot.
But without Phantom Assassin, they lose a lot of that upfront burst, I
PA
feel
has
like.
buyback now.
Oh, you're right. He just got in time for it. So 40 seconds left, but he's probably going to buy back here. There we go. Buyback committed. Limp
Nash.
jumps in. This is an epic fight to determine perhaps the game right here. Juggernaut, he will kill the melee racks, but the vacuum wall comes out. The FPS is real, man. Lagging the swords, but the Wukong's command kind of zoning them out. Monkey King says, all right, screw it, I'm dead. Can they now get Juggernaut? He does get
Juggernaut
stunned
got
out by
stunned.
the Boulder Smash. He has to be popping the Omni Slash just simply to live, if anything. Maybe get the turn kill on Alota, actually, as a Shallow Grave comes out. But they are going to finish the job on Juggernaut, so now he's dead for 110 seconds right there. Wow, though, if Loda dies again, that would have been bad. But
devastating.
now, can they make a turn on this? They're the ones that have to deal with both the top and the bottom, though, from the creep waves here.
They have to deal with it, but Tinker's not the best at like hitting structures, and that's the hero that is really the only capability of popping in. At most, he'll just be able to help the creep wave out. And now Hanskin looking for Bat Rider, not going to find him.
Silver Edge Bat Rider.
Yo, break that PA.
This game,
I think
though.
that's a genius.
Yeah, it's an item. It's like, why not exactly break the PA miss? But it's just seeing a Silver Edge on Bat Rider, man. We're 75 minutes into this game. It's the only reason why we're having this stuff. It's great.
So there are no buybacks available on anyone except for Keeper of the Light and Monkey King, but those are Navi's heroes, and so
Oh,
Oh man, they might find Biver.
Well,
He's
to
TPing
smash.
out, but he's underneath Glimmer Cape.
I could have guessed there.
They didn't have vision.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
So, Monkey King's up in 10. He does have the Wukong's command, and that's itself
Correct.
a great tool for
Oh
stalling
man,
again.
Hanskin, it's getting spotted out.
Oh no, Hanskin we're going really deep. Yeah, he's he's bringing in the fountain to get killed.
Yeah,
Alright.
he went during daytime against a keeper. Like he was trying to snipe out a spot where Tinker may be, but you've got to deal with Firefly. You've got to deal with
Are under attack.
uninhibited vision from the Coddle, and so much for that.
Yeah, and
As
Juggernaut's
they
up
will
at 20.
retreat.
So they hold it, and this is a really good counter push team. So that's why I was saying too, with the Juggernaut dying, I don't know if Navi's really that concerned, considering what they got both at the top and the bottom, and then having the counter push that they do. It is more than enough to hold them off, and Juggernaut's back up. So it's not over just yet, but now you feel that we definitely have Navi in the lead, and it's going to be a Alliance needing to somehow win a big fight with no buybacks and then push right into the base from it.
Yeah, because right now, not only does Navi have the structural lead with all these racks taken, but they also have the buyback lead, as their buybacks will be coming off in roughly around 3.5 minutes, whereas Alliance's core buybacks will be coming up in 4.5 minutes. They both are actually just Radiant knows that Roshan is up, and theoretically Alliance could know, but I don't really think they're in position to contest this.
They know. They saw them kind of going in the area with the ward over here, but
Oh, okay,
as
yeah,
you
you're
said,
right.
can they get here in time?
Oh man, they're going.
It's going to be an awkward timing because it's going to be dead right here. Pycat's going to pick it up or somebody.
Roshan
Yeah, there we go. Seneko picks it up.
The Snake-O.
And now they're nearby. Loda has to Phantom Strike quickly to a teammate who has a Satanic now. He really wants to make sure to live. Just seeing the transition. You know, what about the item like the Vlad's? Like, I understand that it's still
Yeah.
good, but that's an item he's had since the very beginning of the game, basically. We're 77 minutes in now. Is Vlad's really that much value anymore?
I mean, you look at the net worth. Phantom Assassin's actually number 5 net worth, so PA just hasn't had the opportunity to form a 7th, 8th, 9th slot yet. He's been having to buy back the most out of all the heroes on his team, and so Loda has not really been having the opportunity to start mass stacking items. As they see General, don't have a gem on Jonas and Fam. Oh, and now
Shit.
BOT in with Tinker. They might want to take this fight.
Well, you see bottom
Now
lane,
Tinker's all
they're
alone here.
pushing it out even further. So yeah, Tinker, that's what I was
Oh,
going
they
to say. Kind of
canceled-
macro, but they get the side. They
Cancel
canceled it.
Phantom Lancer.
Phantom Lancer right here. He says, all right, I got to fight then. Balance Strike coming out with that Wukong's command. It's making this very awkward for Alliance. You see they wanted to defend their base, but they're kind of caught here. Now Limpa just pops the BKB. He's trying to run away, but General, he may cut them off. He doesn't have a lasso anymore, but he has a Flame Break. Mana Leak onto EGM. Limp still nearby. Will he look to turn maybe? No. EGM says, screw it. I'm a sacrificial
taking
lamb.
mid.
Let me be. But Pycat in the middle lane meanwhile. He's beating on it.
Limp
They
is
do
here
have
now.
fortification. There we go. The wall combo comes out. The Abyssal Blade's
Abyssal.
done. Juggernaut, but the laser use as well. Trying to get the mischance in, but
Sheep.
no. Juggernaut is going to be picked off in the end. Now you're the supporting cast coming in. So they lose Juggernaut. He's dead for 95. Does Navi continue going for this? Do they try to
Danby
retreat?
needs to go back for mana. They're
Loda.
going in onto. Oh, goodbye, Coddle.
Coddle. And now Batrider. Goodbye, Batrider as well, most likely. Yeah, Flame Break will not.
Yup.
Oh my god, it is going to save
Yup.
it. Are you kidding
Yup.
me? No, I only have to
Okay,
run into
he's
Jonathan Fan. Meanwhile, though, you look at what
Seneco's
Seneco's
pushing.
doing. The melee racks. Oh, the side at the last second. He just barely can't kill the melee
There's
racks.
Aegis.
He has the Aegis. Will he be able to do so coming up
But he's-
after it?
no,
No, but the
he's dead.
Abyssal Blade's stunned, and he's going to die again. Oh, so close yet so far. And they get cleaned
You
up.
have a lot of work to do as Alliance if you want to make it to the enemy river, though, because yeah, there are 4 buybacks available from Navi, but you want at least to get 2 or 3 out. Problem is that both the side lanes are pushing, and your best chance of forcing out buybacks is going down the mid lane. I don't really know if they'll be able to get any Navi buybacks out. Alliance are just going to have to accept fate and let those deaths go. As now Hanskin wants to invade, wants to find Tinker, but you know, he's not going to.
Moonshard picked up by Jonas and Fan. He eats it right there. This is a Darkseer. Moonshard, Refresher Orb, Octarine Core, Scythe,
Damn.
Lincoln, Shivas.
He didn't take the 120 damage talent, though.
Yeah,
I was hoping he would
thinking
do
about
that.
that.
Slicing people.
Yeah, he's in hindsight, he's like, crap, I wish I could go back. You know, maybe that's an item they can eventually add, right? You know, reset your talents. Could you imagine?
Oh, I like the
For late
potential
game,
of
man?
that.
Like in a game like this? Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yo, just like respec. You want
Yeah.
to respec? I like that.
Get that respec, yo. The more you do
Alright,
it, the more
well,
gold it costs.
backdoor protection's down. Limp wants to take this. No buyback spent. Juggernaut and Tinker are both up.
Melee, they have fortification, though.
Radiant
Yeah, they're gonna
structures
pop it right
are
there.
fortified.
They spam out. Not really hitting, though.
Barracks are under
Lasers,
attack.
that definitely hits. Meanwhile, Pycat's pushing out the top. So Loda, he's trying to finish the job with the BKB, but he's not going to risk it.
Dire's middle
He'll back
barracks
off,
are
and
under
they
attack.
once again
And
do
it's gonna
hold.
get sheeped.
Oh, does he actually back down here? But they're not going to fall. I'm watching Pycat up at the top lane using the illusions. He tried to kill the racks in the middle, but that's what Alliance was worried about. That's the way
Now
you can
EGM
tell.
finds him, cancels the
Some
recall.
defensive.
It's all up to EGM and his. Oh, he gets the point. No, he gets disjointed.
The 1 second
still have
poison
vision.
touch. Meanwhile, notice a fan mana leak on him.
Fiverr.
Goes back in. He wants to
Viper
make a turn
gets
of play,
sheeped.
but there's a portion from
Tucker
Denny
BOC's in.
on top of the bat ride of the lasso on two.
Double
But now
lasso.
General, this is kind of awkward. However, Pycat's coming in as well.
Loda
He has an
satanic.
Omni Slash. Going to bounce around. A lot is here, but Jonathan Fan going to end up falling as a result. General's still alive, and Denny locking down Phantom Assassin. Phantom Assassin's dead. He has a buyback, though. He used it immediately. Here we go. There's that chaotic fight. As we're mentioning, back to the base. Seneko, he is psyched up, but he wants to finish the melee rescue. Saw what happened last time. He barely did not get it. Is it going to be the same here? It is going to be the same here. The melee racks just cannot be destroyed, says Alliance. They
This
will keep
game
it alive.
can't end, says Alliance. They have to spend a buyback. Oh man, they feed Limp. Limp is going to get insta-gibbed. He has buyback.
Okay. Okay, he uses it immediately right there.
Oh, Navi wants to end it.
So much chaos.
Melee
Something
Rex
else.
finally goes down.
Okay, here we go. So the melee Rex just goes down as mentioned. So they use the buyback.
One Rex from Megas.
Phantom Assassin. Nobody has buybacks on the dire side. Everyone's used it. This is potentially could be it for Navi, as they're not going to go full throttle, though. Again, they'll kind of back off and reset things. But they do have a window here now. They basically have a good, 4 to 5 minutes where they can feel comfortable about resetting, then maybe trying to finish the job here. Not
You
having
can't
to
spend
worry
too
about
much time,
buybacks.
though, because then you afford Alliance to be able to get their buybacks back. And Seneko immediately bought back. And so when Monkey King bought back, I thought that was the sign that was like, okay, we have forced Alliance out for a bunch of their buybacks. Our cores, our whole team basically had buybacks. But they're playing it conservatively. General.
Batrider just
There's a
continues
gem
to
on EGM.
fly on up, yeah.
They feel, yeah, he
Points away
knows. He
time.
knows that 900 true side range immediately blinks out.
Phantom
This
Assassin.
Aghanims is doing so much value. He keeps
here?
last target that doesn't. Oh, the
Spirit,
Batrider.
He caught the Batrider, or he caught Monkey initially, but now he's the one that's going to be caught on himself. Again, they really want to commit to this. There's plenty of distraction, though. Again, there they go. The Mega
Pycat
Creeps
gets Megas.
have spawned now. Pycat takes out the
Limp
Max
has
in the meantime.
Abyssal.
He's just kiting away. He's like, come at me, bro. Pops the Omni Slash. He
Oh.
has to fight right here. Bounce around a lot of illusions, though, and they're eventually going to kill him off. He did a lot of damage in
Yeah,
return, but
Jonathan
Loda
Fan
does
mid lane.
survive. Meanwhile, middle
4v1ing.
lane, there we go.
Gonna go
Darkseer is
down.
picked off. So the Mega Creep comeback is going to have to happen for Alliance if they want to actually win this game some way, somehow. They're going to catch Hanskin, though, although he'll Ghost Scepter and barrel roll away. And actually, Boulder Smash comes out in return to try to fight them off, General. Needs to be careful. Limp jumps in. Doppelganger. No, he can't catch him initially, though. And General continues to be so elusive here as he pops that Silver Edge now. And Dendy's
Viper goes
porting
down.
in. Viper was picked off, you're right. The Wukong's command used in the back lines. But Dendy's pushing into the base as is Batrider. And Seneko's just buying more time.
Yeah, and he's gonna live. He could cancel this if he goes for a bash, but doesn't go for it.
There's the illusion push. Manta style, by the way, on Tinker. That's
Huh.
to remove something.
I'm assuming the silence of Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, and just maybe the disjoint potential of daggers and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, like, far be it from me to tell Dendy what to build. If he thinks that he can go into an 85-minute game without having to build a Ghost Scepter against these heroes, then more power to him, because he is currently winning. It's not as razor thin as it was a few minutes ago. Navi can afford to make a few mistakes, but you give Alliance an inch and they're going to take a mile.
So the bulky Loda, the new Arcana PA, as we see right here. The Ultra
I mean, set it
Arcana.
on- Just set it on fire. It's the Valve way of put a bird on it.
Oh, we got some old school. We got some NBA Jam in the house.
Yo,
know that.
Maelstrom Dazzle. That's slamming right there.
That's creep clear. It's just, again, with a game like this, you just start seeing these just radical items being picked up. The whole backpack play, as we mentioned. Phantom Lancer's been doing that for a while. You know, Juggernaut is definitely the refresher of his. So, yeah, it feels like he has Omni Slash every single time. Well, that's probably why. He's constantly using that refresher to
And
make sure he has
honestly,
it.
the Omni Session is so important for the damage, with the fact that he basically banishes himself for
Yeah.
like a good 7 seconds or so, where no one can touch him. So
Now, something
the
we
ultimate
don't
test will be this tier 4.
well, something we don't do often. Let's check out moon shards. We got
True.
Monkey King has eaten a moon shard here, probably shared to him.
Okay.
Phantom Lancer, of course. We got Dazzle. No, I was hoping Dazzle had one. Phantom
Oh,
Assassin.
man.
Darkseer, of course, has one, as we mentioned, and that
Darkseer has
would
one,
be
yeah.
it. Okay. So Tinker does not. But I don't know if you're really looking to auto attack on Tinker too much. So
Hey, that's the only thing he can do to take down structures, right? None of these spells
Oh.
are going to help him do that.
oh, maybe Batrider could use one. He has a Hurricane Pike, a Silver Edge. Not doing too shabby with those right clicks.
Navi are going to wait for daytime. It's a minute and a half, but they have no rush. Roche is up again, as Seneko is going to discover.
Oh boy. Yep, this is what Mega Creeps does to you. You are very much so constricted in your base. Their buybacks are coming up. So as you said, daytime's up in 120. A lot of the buybacks are coming up in about a minute 30 plus.
True. Very good point.
Fallen to the radiant.
Do you really wait? I guess is the question.
Yeah. I mean, you've taken as much of the openings as you've had, because, I mean, we've seen Navi, they have never really taken a head-on fight. They just keep kind of drawing aggro almost of Alliance, and then while Alliance is distracted killing some people, then Pycat is off pushing, or Batrider's off pushing, or Monkey King's off pushing. There's nothing left to push. Things are being well played. Look at how nice they are to each other.
Again, it is team chat,
Important to
guys.
keep-
Really want to stress that. This is team chat, not old chat. There's no BM going on here.
50 seconds on PA's buyback, minute and 20 seconds on PL's buyback, and yeah, it's going to be a very small window when daytime will be up and Alliance won't have buybacks, but I don't think Navi are going to be able to seize that really, really small opening. They just need to wait for someone to go a little bit further than they are supposed to and let General pluck them out.
He's hunting. Constantly sending in the illusions. Tinker.
I'm surprised that Limp hasn't gone for an Aghanim Scepter now, because they need more wave clear. I mean, hell, Dazzle went for a Maelstrom.
Yeah, that'd be
Right,
one of
it's
those
daytime
backpack items, if anything. You know, you put that in while you're creep
Yeah,
like this, and as soon
exactly.
as a fight breaks out, then you put whatever else in. So, that definitely is something, you know, he's just sitting on 8,000, 7,400 gold at least, so might as well. Although I can't really get to the secret shop right now, to be fair, so
True.
there's that issue.
Loda has a rapier queued up, but it's going to be a while before he completes it. Especially because he definitely needs buyback, which he now does have buyback. Cooldown has ended. PL's cooldown is going to end in 20 seconds, but Navi are inching.
Yeah, they're slowly moving up right here with the creep wave. Shivas, there we go. They found the chance. Phantom
It's
Lancer, they
Lotus.
beat his Scythe in return. He gets Lotus, so he's lasted himself really. Out comes Wukong's
Oh,
Commando.
no, vacuum!
And here we go. The vacuum in the back. That's with the wall. Doing plenty. As that, oh, that's the FPS lag right there. What's the end of
Refresher.
result? Evaded. Down goes Monkey King. Coddle gets picked up as well. And Dendy also follows the Aegis pop right there. Omni Slash bouncing around from Pycat. But now he's trying to spin out through this. He goes down. And Alliance, everybody stays alive throughout it. No buybacks even necessary to use in that fight. On their
It's
side, at least.
Seneko.
And they will also catch the Monkey King off to the side. So unless he makes somewhat amazing getaway here.
Boundless.
There's the Boundless. He ate the cheese right there. I don't think it's going to be enough in the long run, though. He, too, will be picked off. So Alliance, they do hold at the base for now. But again, it is Mega Creep, so now
I
what?
100% give Jonas and Pam credit. I'm giving Alliance the benefit of the doubt because, they're Alliance, but this is a grim situation for Alliance by a long shot. The only way they stand in this game is off of plays like that. Jonas and Pam vacuums 4, walls 4, refreshes, sucks them back in again, walls them again, and they all are paralyzed while this PA is just slicing and dicing through them. Now, again, you're right, it is against Megas. Tinker did not buy back, Juggernaut did not buy back, and I don't think they're going to have to, as PL is up top, or no, PL is regenerating in the base, PA is down bot, and Jonas and Fam is mid. Only thing he has to be concerned about is Batrider Lasso, but he's a very, very tanky Darkseer.
We have hit level 25 on everyone officially, so just kind of glancing real quickly right through. Monkey King did get the 100% balanced strike rate, 400 cast range onto Coddle. So yeah, that was kind of a give and take right there. He decides to go that route. Dazzle. Oh yeah, we already mentioned
That cooldown, of course.
and then Earth Spirit, the minus 45-second respawn time.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Gonna roll polar damage. Yeah, respawn time for sure. Right there. Well, that's we have a 90-minute game.
He gets an
now.
Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, I know. This is breaking some personal records for me. But what, I mean, like, I couldn't ask for a better game to break it on.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm doing just fine here. Yeah, no, this is entertaining Dota for sure. Yeah, that's like, you know, what else do we talk about now? We've literally talked about everything, you know?
EGM becoming a carry, finished out a full Mjolnir now.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Get a Desolator here. Just become right-click craziness. The idea of the carry Dazzle I've always been a fan of. He does a lot of physical damage, honestly. So.
He does. Maybe not at 90 minutes into the game,
no.
But, you know, it's never too late to start.
Yeah. 70 to 39 hero kills. That's another thing. That's over 100 hero kills. My math serves me right.
That is correct.
Yes.
15 seconds until nighttime. The game has gotten so jacked up that it's not even going to be at the even minute. It's going to be like 8 seconds past the even minute. So Alliance get a little bit of an opening for 4 minutes with that, but again, they're hemmed into their base hardcore.
Yeah, it's
unless so. Here's the way they win: is if Na'Vi if they think that they can win the fight and they commit a Tinker buyback and a BOT and he dies twice, and they commit a Juggernaut BOT and buyback and he dies twice. Otherwise, you can keep on killing Na'Vi one at a time over and over and over again, and they will take it with a smile on their face until you cross their river, which so far Alliance, that's been the biggest issue.
Yeah. Can't get past it. And again, this is just game 2, guys. The potential, if Alliance is able to hold off long enough in some way, somehow, push back and win this game, it will be a game number 3. And the fact that this isn't even an elimination match, it just doesn't even matter. You know, this has just been such a great series.
It's for pride.
And
it's
really,
for honor.
That's the thing, right? It's like these two teams, they could be playing for a very small prize pool, I feel like, and especially these guys going at it.
They could be playing for like a stick of gum, and I assure you they will both be playing their hearts out.
They want to win, yeah. See, now this is kind of... Am I the only one seeing this? Where there's like lasers like flying around the map.
What is flying around the map?
There's just like lasers flying around the map for me right now. I don't even know how to describe it. My game is just going crazy.
I don't have that.
My game is officially getting to the point where it's like, what the fuck is happening? Because it's 93.5 minutes in, and these particles are just everywhere now.
What's your FPS right now? I'm at a solid 60 when I look at the dire base.
It's probably at like a 40 or so. I mean, I don't even know where is that option to turn it on.
Oh, it's in like the settings. You have to enable it. Yeah.
Whatever. It's not good. It's a point. So, especially when a fight breaks out. Good old Wukong's command. And although
I swear I've seen the patch that said like improved performance on illusions, improved performance on Wukong's command, and like I've yet to see the benefits.
Yeah. Well, I kind of have. I think Wukong's command actually has gone a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed that. It's still not great. Like it still lags, but initially it was bad. Like the game would literally freeze for like 2 or 3 seconds. Now it's just kind of stutters a little bit instead.
True.
Oh boy,
Hanskin
slowly
places
creeping
a
in
nice
again.
and deep ward.
Yeah, this deep ward here.
Appreciated.
Right at the base. Yeah, meanwhile, the vision on the other side obviously is plentiful. For Na'Vi. I'm almost like I kind of want to like restart the game or like rejoin just to try to get rid of this, but exactly, I don't want to. Anything can happen.
This is part of the charm, you know. There's a reason why this exists in the game. It's to really hammer home what it's like to be in a 95-minute game.
Yeah.
It's like the world is falling apart.
Well.
Oh, and Seneko also places a deep ward of his own. It's a little bit of information inside of the dire base. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, any bit of information you can get at a point like this. And they've been slowly creeping up, though. It's like, what's the cue, though? when do they go here? Is it the next
Well,
Roshan?
I imagine daytime will be the next big thing for Navi. I mean, yeah, they could wait for Roche, it'll be up again, but they keep giving it to Monkey King, and that's great, but, like, he can't do anything with it. And he has one cheese stocked up. Ideally, you give it to, like, the Juggernaut or the Tinker, but they're fully slotted out. Pycat, I suppose, can get rid of the Lincoln Sphere at this stage. But, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that he has the Lincoln Sphere to begin with, but, I mean, hell, he could even go for, like, a BKB now. He hasn't bought it all game long. There are options left for Pycat, but he definitely needs to save a buyback.
Oh, yeah. No, that's absolutely critical if you're on either side, making sure you have enough gold for that buyback. But Roshan is being pinked out. It seems like that's where they want to go. Unfortunately, it's only a regen rune here. So.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the stream. Yeah, what is, like, Loda is, like, infernal or something? He has just a massive red aura around him.
I don't know. This is just the boom shakalaka avatar here. He's indeed quite buff. Okay, so Aegis is picked up by Seneko once again.
Who picked up the second cheese? They put it on Biver. Okay.
Biver, yeah. Not on him for now. So it is daytime for the next 3
Everyone...
minutes plus.
Ooh, PL just bought something, and oh, PA. Would you care to tell me what's in the middle bottom slot in her inventory?
That would be a Divine Rapier.
That is correct.
Well,
and I see 0 blade mails on Navi, so
ooh, good
you
point.
know. Anything is possible.
That's actually an item that's kind of worthy of bringing up too for Navi, but oh, that's fake. So Bat Rider realizes quickly and then gets out.
PL does not have buyback for another 130 gold.
I mean,
so hey, every second is
that.
valuable.
He's one creep kill, you'll have it here, and yeah, so he's gonna have it. And then there's Dazzle. 400 gold. Good luck.
Yeah, you need that. This Mjolnir is critical.
General?
Tinker with the Manta style.
Gets somebody, but doesn't. No return. And slowly pushing it in. The tier 4s are still, they're still powerful. They're full life, pretty much. Good to go.
Yeah, they have 3 HP regen per second, so chip damage is not going to work on tier 4. It's definitely an intentional design choice.
Make the way to the top
Smoke?
lane. They're smoked, you're right. They can catch them here.
PL's in pretty deep.
Ooh. Phantom Assassin was kind of pushed out right there, but not enough. General, it's just so, like, you know, you just don't want to make the wrong move here.
Nope.
On the edge of doing so. It's that very, very fine line of the move to win and the move to lose. Double damage rune is at the top rune spot. They should probably put a war like at the rune spots, I feel like. Is that really that important, though? Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, it would be great, but you can't really dedicate that much time going back and forth for it.
Fair.
Seeing as how you only have 1 more minute left of daytime, and if you're not going to do things during daytime as Navi, you're definitely not going to do them at nighttime, especially if you have this Aegis. Like, they have all the resources you need at this stage. They have all their buybacks, they have Aegis, they have 2 cheeses, they have daytime. It can't get any better, but, you know, this is the risk of going into a Rapier PA.
The rift is breaking through. The map is just exploding, man. It's like, it's setting up for just the epic finish. 99.5 minutes. We're almost to the 100-minute mark, and you finally have initiation. Earth Spirit is going to be pulled in. Trying to drop him quickly. Wukong's command zoning out the support. They do kill Earth Spirit. He's dead for 50. Has that buyback, of course.
Respawn time talent and buyback.
General, he got
Vacuum.
pushed in right there. That was a vacuum coming out, as mentioned. Jonas Fan, though, he
he's
takes a stun. Now decides on the back lines. EGM actually uses the shallow grave on him. Cypher Charge to stay alive. Pycat, though, spinning in the midst of it. He's going to be locked down, though, as well. Taking some good damage. He will end up falling. Buyback on Earth Spirit, by the way. Supporting cast seems like they didn't really want to commit.
The General.
They find General, and they kill him, too. So, meanwhile, the Tier 4 bottom. The creeps are doing their job. Are they going to at least kill one of the Tier 4 towers?
It's all good.
I've never been so hype watching creeps kill a Tier 4. They don't do it.
That sucked for Pycat. You almost wish that he had a Blink Dagger as one of his 9 various items, because he went in for the Omni Slash, and ever so slowly, zigzagged his way into tier 4s, which is the worst spot for him. He ideally just wanted to get a target, bounce back onto the creep wave, and maybe deal some damage here and there, but he went in, EGM was able to grave himself successfully, so he didn't even die. He didn't have to spend buyback. And now it looks like the Jonas of him wants to go.
He's in trouble, but they are going to jump at the summer turn and dent. That's an Echo, excuse me. He is going to be picked off. Monkey King, again, he's the one that had the Aegis, though. Do they reset on him? Looks like it. Now they're running in as support, but again, without Juggernaut, feel very scared here. Monkey King will get picked off. And no creeps in the base currently, so good job by Alliance, not only getting a pick, but managing to actually have the creep wave pushed out in all 3 lanes. Like, that's not easy. It's very easy to get distracted right here, and all of a sudden your base is dead, so.
Yeah, they did have to spend an Earth Spirit buyback, though, so that won't be available, but you did get a successful pick, but yet again, you can't exit your base unless a Dendi gets picked here. Oh my god.
Lane, yeah. Recall, he's out.
Oh my god.
Well, he had a buyback, right?
Yeah,
So,
no.
Worst
Can you
case
let me have this, please?
Worst case. He's fine. All right, we have surpassed 100. So, you know, I know there's records out there as far as
I think
longest
it's like 140
game.
or something. I want to say.
As far as like a competitive Dota 2 match, like I guess.
Yeah. It was. Well, this is, I think. So the record, I believe, is held by Cloud9 versus Scary Faces, and so technically not like 2 very established teams, but yeah, it was definitely Cloud9's claim to fame, and it was a barn burner casted by OD Pixel and Purge, one for the ages. But yeah, we're you know, it's not unreasonable to think we may approach similar hours and times and days, and you know, time is a flat circle, etc., etc.
As far as the Alliance, the Alavi matchup, the Alliance Na'Vi matchup here, something tells me this is one of the longer ones, if not the longest. I guess that's could be a possibility.
True.
Played plenty, so.
That's definitely a real possibility.
Anyway, it's 102 minutes in. Divine Rapier, of course, on Phantom Assassin. Hey,
Smoke
let's just
up
get
on the
another
dire.
one now. Let's
Yeah, buy it, backpack it.
get rid of that link in. Who needs that?
General shows himself.
That's been happening.
Oh,
quite
they're
a bit.
going, but it's nighttime.
He's doing such a good job this game of just slipping away. Look at that gem on the ground. It's like, whatever.
There are too many items. I don't have space for gems.
I can't hold all these items. I mean, what do you want me to do? Just let it be. So, but yeah, Alliance, every time they try to go for a pick like that, they just they have like a 10-second window or so before they just have to fall back to base.
Yep.
And then start defending. So another round of let's wait for daytime. It's coming up in about 50 seconds here. And then we'll be good to go yet again. Roshan, it's not going to be even potentially respawning for at least a minute plus. Oh, they're kind of making a move up here, though, right now. Maybe try to really catch Alliance off guard. Be like, hey, it's nighttime. There's no way they're jumping us.
The problem is you need all 5, and Seneco's kind of far away right now, and man, General is invading in deep. Oh, he might get spotted.
Yeah, they knew he was there.
Nope.
Turn play? Nope, not going to go for it.
I think the biggest issue, well, actually, Hanskin has a ward in his inventory, but the problem is that, well, actually, does anyone even have a gem anymore? Yes, Biber still has a gem. So you really need vision outside of your base, but it's not easy to place it. And so I kind of almost feel like Hanskin should place a ward like right there, so that if someone wants to counter it, they have to commit. Because right now, this Radiant ward is super value. Oh.
Rolling in, dagger.
It's daytime.
Gonna be destroying it right there. It is daytime now. Phantom Lancers, his mission is just basically push out that bottom lane this whole time.
They replace the ward, and they see General, they sheep him.
Oof, 2,300. Oh my god.
And yet, the more impressive thing is that it didn't even seem to take that much of his HP pull away.
That tickled him a little bit. All that armor and everything, so. Well, it's just that it continues to be that final line. Again, it is daytime now, and do they find the chance? Like, who's like the prime lasso target for Batrider here? Is there one, or the Darkseer maybe?
Darkseer. Darkseer is definitely number 1, but the problem is he like basically perpetually has Lotus Orbs on him, and if you have to kill yourself to grab Darkseer, it's not worth it. You have to get a clean pick. And if it's not a clean pick, then it has to be one of the supports, because they're the ones who are donating these Lotus Orbs. Yo, Crystallis on EGM. Love it. They smoke up. It's daytime. Oh man, Loda actually goes down the stairs. Limp goes down the stairs.
Wow, they are really going for this, aren't they? They're going to catch Batrider right here at least.
The Batrider.
But they save him. keep him alive for now. Haas going to win pretty deep. Going to find a target. Poison touch applied again. Batrider going to be pulled back in by the vacuum. He's dropping a half-life. He's going to draw it from this, it looks like. And yes,
Pycat wants to go.
But in comes the Wukong's command. The Omni Slash bouncing around.
Oh,
One
no,
of those targets
he's
going to
gonna
load.
be
It's going to
isolated
go.
again.
But again, the Shallow Grave to save the day. Pycat now spinning away. But the crit happens, and Pycat will fall. When it's all said and done, the other refresher, but
Chief
meanwhile,
sick.
look back at the base, by
Onto
the way.
Piver.
Nice laser spam to take out Huskin right there. He is staying dead, and Piver's on the run. But you see the base, somebody's running back to tier 4 main and falling right here as they do end up killing Piver. But Denny just keeping his distance, spamming the rockets and spamming the lasers. You got back at the base, EGM doing everything he can. They lost
He's
one tier
got
4,
this.
and he
can
is going to
grave
be able to
himself.
protect for now. He needs to grave himself, though, for sure. Pop the Shrine as Limp even comes back in as well. Over here, Monkey King just scouting. But again, one tier 4 down, the other one about half life or so. And they are going to now fight it off yet again. So
This should make my life easier.
they kind of win this round, but
Yeah, I mean, as odd as it looks, you look at like the open Dota story for this, and it's like Na'Vi win a team fight by losing 3 heroes and taking a tier 4 inadvertently, but that's all that matters at this stage, is now Loda has completed a second Divine Rapier. Honestly, I really feel like Pycat needs a Blink Dagger, because he keeps Omni-slashing, but it's always at the end of the fight, whenever Alliance are backing out, and so every single time the Omni-slash ends, he's all alone by himself. His team can't help him, and Alliance can just dedicate all of their spells to killing him.
I also feel like something you could be doing too is perhaps switching that refresher orb in for something like the Lincoln Sphere as a fight's breaking out. You know, that's probably going to be popped
That's
right off
true.
the bat anyways. And, you know, if that just sits in your backpacks, they're really doing anything in the end. As we see right here, his ultimate's going to be back up anyways by the time he resurrects. So,
Handscan soloing Roche.
yeah, that's
Okay, now Limp comes
going
in.
to get some assistance
This is the
here.
first opening that they've really had. They're able to actually do this and not have to worry, oh man, they're TPing, they see Loda. Everyone
Let's go
sees
with
Loda.
this. I know what's happening right here. They're going to catch him, actually, and Loda is in trouble.
Two
He's dead for
rapiers.
125 seconds. A double rapier on the ground, and now Limp. He's trying to chase down Piver, but the Omni-Slash cutting right through him. He'll fall as well. He buys back immediately, but losing both of those rapiers. Who are they even picked up by? It looks like Monkey King got one at least, and the other one's still on the ground, in fact, right here. So Loda's staying dead, though, for 105
Give it to
seconds.
Sniggle. Oh my god.
And that might have just done it right
Dude,
there.
He can just hit Boundless Strike and all of Alliance will die in one hit, guaranteed.
The double divine.
And he got that crit talent as well. Oh Jesus.
The final
I
push
don't
is
think
upon
they can
us.
hold for 90 seconds.
Na'Vi.
It is indeed.
Trying to actually finish the series right here, let alone the game, and move on to the grand finals of the Summit 7 European qualifiers. Double Divine Rapier picked up by Monkey King as they kill Loda on the Phantom Assassin. Alliance tried to just make some kind of play. It didn't work out, and this could be it now. So here we go. The last stand is upon us. Doppelganger in offensively. Pycat is killing the tier 4. The Hex, though, onto the Phantom Lancer. He's running a half-life. They last him away. If he dies, it's over for sure. He is going to die. The crit's coming out for the Boundless Strike. The vacuum wall combination from
Dazzle
Jonathan
the
Vance.
carry.
Bloody return, actually, and EGM is sitting there as a turret. He has a kill on 3. Buyback on it. Denny has to be half the Darkseer alone. It does so much work right there.
Dendy's sheep's up, but it's just one.
Oh, they get the sheep
Handscan
off.
comes in.
Jonas a fan trying to run
You don't
away
have your
with that
carry.
surge. Another surge is up, but no, they're going to get another sight, and he'll fall. So the massive buybacks, he is staying dead, and that will do it. It's going to be a victory for Na'Vi as they take game number 2, and thus the series. I mean, fortification's going off, but the desperation at its finest. There's no way that they're coming back. GG, well played. Na'Vi wins one for the ages here in game 2.
They give Alliance a taste of his own medicine. Alliance have subjected numerous teams to this treatment where they're just hemmed into their base permanently because every single time you try to take a fight, you're losing Raxes, you're losing objectives. And ultimately, like, I feel bad for Loda because even after the first game with that Naga Siren, like, he definitely seemed a little bit, you know, affected by their loss. And I guess he bought out the second rapier and didn't have the money for buyback, or I don't think they had spent buyback earlier because there were no fights for like a good 10 minutes. But yeah, he went down, gave up double rapier, which the double rapier didn't matter. It was just the fact that he died without buyback. Limp and the rest of Alliance thought that they had an opening to go for Roche, but they just never were really able to get their foot in the game. And I mean, the graph is a flat line in experience since 80 minutes in, so you see how even these teams were, but it was the structures that mattered, and Na'Vi never really lost anything significant besides their mid-racks, and they come out on top. They will be moving forward. Now, thankfully, Alliance are not completely eliminated. This was just a winner's bracket match, and so they get a stay of execution and may get a rematch if they win against whoever wins tomorrow between, I believe, Empire and mousesports, I want to say.
Well,
But,
so I believe that was actually happening at the same time. It was, and I just got confirmation there. Empire did win over mousesports 2-0. So mousesports is officially knocked out. We are down to 3 teams. It's going to be Empire versus Alliance, and then the winner will play Na'Vi in the grand finals. Straight up best of 3. I think it is. Oh no, it's a straight up best of 5. Excuse me. This is how it looks up. It's set to be. So yeah, we're hey, if it's Na'Vi Alliance especially, we're in for a long grand finals there. That's for sure.
Yeah, set aside your weekend. It's going to be like a cricket match of Dota.
Yeah, no, tomorrow is definitely set to be a great day ahead of us, guys. And boy, what a pleasure to be able to cast a match in a series like this. Because again, this wasn't one of those like, oh well, at least game 2 was good. Both games were really so epic in a lot of senses, and I'm just
that's why people love these teams.
Yeah,
I mean they always give it their all, and it's always a bloodbath every single time.
Absolutely, and 120,000 damage done by Tinker in a game, just absolutely absurd. Led the way there, but also
how much damage did Dazzle do? Oh, only 21,000.
Yeah, 21,000. Not really too impressive. But yeah, an hour and 50-minute match. You look at the hero kills though too, and this is a prime example that there's a lot more to the game than just simply killing other heroes. 80-49 in Alliance's favor. Yet they were just simply trying to stall that as long as possible, and it was ultimately to a lost cause. So Na'Vi do win and move on to the grand finals once again. So that means our day though for today is going to be coming to a conclusion, at least for this this tournament here, the European Summit 7 qualifiers. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is why we love Dota, for matches like this. And hopefully to see you guys tomorrow. Tsunami, as always, want to thank you for joining me on the series. Any shout-outs, any final words from yourself?
Just shout out to both these teams. I'm always excited. Like it was an honor to be able to cast these 2 teams, and I couldn't have asked for a better game. And Alliance, I have absolute faith in them that they'll be able to recover. It was a tough day for them, definitely, but they almost certainly will persevere.
As far as myself, guys, I'm Breaky CPK. Always a pleasure to cast matches like this, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. What a finish it's going to be. Again, Empire versus Alliance. The winner of that's set to play Na'Vi. I mean, Empire and Na'Vi, too, would also be a great matchup, no doubt, and anything can happen, but we are down to 3 teams. One of these 3 will be going to the Summit 7 LAN, where the $100,000 prize pool's on the line. And